Dire's structures are fortified.
Behold! Silence! A prize!
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, these are the actual logos of the actual teams playing in the actual Dream League Season 16 powered by Intel right now. We got ourselves Cool Guys, who are 0-3 in the leaderboards right now. They have not won a single game yet. Versus OG. And OG is 2-1, and even the series that they lost, they were able to take a game off of their opponents, which was Team Liquid, who is, of course, top dog team at the moment. So it's an uphill battle for Cool Guys, but we are rooting for them to at least improve their game and to find their groove, as they are now Radiant first pick, and they picked themselves Io, that they like to play on Omar.
And this hero actually gets spanned out quite a bit. So that's what reminded me of something. He said that in an interview, Cool Guys said that they don't expect to do well. What they would like to do is to take down one of the big teams.
They just want to bring other people down with them.
They want to bring the big names. So do you think they'll succeed in their quest?
That guy, not this guy, the guy before looked into the camera.
Yeah.
He knew he was live.
Yeah, how did he know?
He has a game sense for that.
Well, do you think, you know how some cameras have like the light on? Do you think the light only shows when they're shown on camera? Yeah, that little blue light?
I don't think so.
I know.
It doesn't. They're using Discord for this. I've been told.
I don't know, but you know, kudos to him. So let's talk about heroes.
Sure, he stared into my soul. You know.
Yeah, so Io, a signature hero, but also just enables a lot of aggression around the map, like just the potential to relocate in with any kind of active hero that can form a setup is really nice. You already see the synergy in a hero like Queen of Pain, who can join these reload ganks or maybe start them herself. Right, and Queen of Pain is a hero that Noob plays. It's a hero that Thug excels at. He's Grandmaster tier at it. And this is actually the first team at the DPC who busted out the Queen of Pain safe lane. So credits to Cool Guys there.
That's true. That's true. That's definitely something that I think if you're first phasing any hero right now, I mean, it's been this way for a while, but the ability to flex it is always really nice, because then like you can, block ban for it. You can ban Ember, TA, whatever, like mid heroes you think beat it, but then still, like if it gets countered by something that you don't like, you just throw it as a safe lane, and it's an entirely different hero.
Yeah, and if you have a player who just excels at it, you have all that comfort of the first phase, right? Again, that's why Tundra is so scary in the draft phase. They have 4 players who can just play all of the heroes that they enjoy.
This is true.
So yeah. Anyway, but to talk about OG, I've noticed that OG will always tend to first phase a Mars hero more so than anybody else's. And they do that with Mars this time, 100% going to him. There's no flexibility here, but this is a hero he's really good at. He's so much pressure on the map. He wins the lane and gets to do a lot of his signature BMing.
When we saw OG play against Liquid, so the series that they end up losing, Liquid's first phase bans, I believe every single game, We're Tim or Mars.
That makes sense because it's just how OG have been drafting so far.
Yeah.
I think
10
a couple of
seconds
times
remaining.
they have first phased BZM's hero, but for the most part they will
5
take
seconds
Mars
remaining.
hero whenever they can. And it's actually very reminiscent of how Vici used to draft around their off. Anyway.
I just know there are some types of players that they just want comfort and they're totally fine. Like they know the builds to deal with any potential counters, right? It's like, because oh god, there's a meme on Reddit of me inserting Pudge into every drop. But I felt this way for Pudge for a long time, where like, you know, against
10
Puck you get an
seconds
ether lens
remaining.
because then when you hook you can dismember and you can actually catch the puck before phase shift. There's like
5
little things like that
seconds
that make
remaining.
it so that you deal with counters. Maybe you go for like an armlet on Mars in certain scenarios, so you're doing more physical damage, for example, like against the Nakes. Maybe you get a Desolator, so you scale better to hit better timing against a certain hero. You only know these things when you have like a ton of games on a hero, and it opens up the entire rest of your draft. If you can just give somebody something, they're always going to have a good game on it. You're also reliant on them having a good game. They're also a player who enjoys that comfort, and then the rest of your draft, your potentially more versatile players can get these, you know, easy lane wins, for example, or really good game matchups
Yeah.
where you don't need that for your offlaner. It's really nice to have that.
Definitely. And I think of all heroes where you would have to adjust to the enemy, Mars makes it very simple for you because his kit is going to be useful regardless. He can flash farm if he wants to. He can just stun. He has a team fighting ulti. So yeah, he can get countered, but overall he is going to add value to the game regardless of what's drafted.
It's less of a, it's like, it doesn't feel like there's a super hard counter to Mars, which is nice. A lot of offlaners, I would say, are generally like that.
Enchantress.
And picking this into the IO, like IO, Queen of Pain are such common first phases these days that they clearly think that Mars as a counter initiation to the IO relocate is a sort of counter.
And speaking of counter initiations to IO relocates,
10 seconds
this isn't something I
remaining.
would consider a hard counter by any means, but I do quite like Bane versus IO
5
because
seconds
you can Nightmare
remaining.
one target and grip the next. And that's just a soft way to deal with a hero. So I think Bane is good here because, yes, he does provide that really great BKB piercing disable, but on top of that, he can make the IO draft very difficult to play if he's in the right place.
And Feeble, too, I think is super underrated against IO. You just,
Oh, yeah.
you can throw, well, actually, you would throw it on the IO target rather than the IO because then you're reducing whatever it is, Gyro, Luna, you're reducing their base damage to less than half, and then also any of the healing that's going to come from the IO that would normally sustain you, it just doesn't. So like it's kind of like against an IO, it's like Bane becomes like a 3-person disabler almost because you enfeeble the carry, meaning the IO is rendered kind of useless. You can Nightmare somebody else or Nightmare the IO, and then you can grip the target that you're going on or grip somebody else. There's a lot of ways you can play a fight.
Yeah, you basically get a free Spirit Vessel out of this.
Yep.
But just Enchantress picks tells me that they're just playing for lanes. They're playing for really strong lanes because you look at this IO, look at this Queen of Pain. Enchantress doesn't really do too much to them on paper, but look at their supports. They have a Bane and they have an Edge. They have secured their side lanes. So that indicates
10
that they're just
seconds
trying to
remaining.
build a lead and snowball in typical OG style.
Yeah, because I would actually
5
say in
seconds
terms
remaining.
of, you know, drafting the meta, like overpowered heroes currently, I'm favoring the cool guys draft. I think if, you know, I think OG is definitely the type of team that can snowball the lanes and they can just outskill, you know, especially when they're giving comfort. But like cool guys have 3 of like the top, I don't know, 5 heroes in Dota currently. Like these are all super contested early phase picks. And no SD against the SB. That's interesting.
Spirit Breaker is just busted in my opinion. This
Yeah.
hero is a monster in games, but he's a really great hero to have when you're trying to set up for relocates, right? Because you can just find a target, charge it, and then boom, you're ready with whoever you're coming in with as IO. And Disruptor, he's got the instant silence
10
for
seconds
Bane
remaining.
if need be. The Static Storm is going to be good versus Ench too. She's quite squishy and
5
it can be a lot of
seconds
magic
remaining.
damage. And of course, you have the Glimpse.
Long range glimpse is
Yeah,
such a
you've got the
pain to
glimpse.
get the Nightmare. Or
But
the
also, if you get charge on a target, you've got
Radiant
vision of them,
team
you can
back.
glimpse them, right? It's like a nice
Yeah, true.
small little synergy that you have there.
A little bit of a deny pick as well with the Kunkka here, just taking that option away from Thug. Obviously, we don't know yet who is playing Queen of Pain in that one, but we have seen Thug play that safe lane Kunkka, which will now most likely be
10 seconds
flexed.
remaining.
Yeah, it's flexed.
But BZM most likely, but flexed.
It does depend on
5
depend on
seconds
where the
remaining.
co-op goes. 'Cause I do feel like Kunkka, being a hero that builds into bracers or Helm, these like regen items, you tend to do really well against the Queen of Pain harass. and then you do this massive physical damage with Tidebringer, and
Yeah.
Quap is just not a great hero at dealing with that harass. Also, you get levels in X, all of a sudden the Queen of Pain blink isn't so scary. So it depends on, you can lane the Kunkka versus the Quap right now, but you want to see
OG's
where
turn
she's
to
actually
ban.
going and maybe pick a different carry. I think it's still, is SF still in the pool?
And actually, the
Yes.
beauty of OG's draft right now is just they have really strong lanes and they can choose to do what they want to do with them at the moment, with the exception of the Mars, who we can definitely say is an offlaner. But what I like about Kunkka is I consider him a
10
stabilizing
seconds
hero.
remaining.
No matter what your draft looks like, you pick him, you've stabilized.
That's true.
You've ticked a
5
lot of
seconds
boxes.
remaining.
You picked a tanky hero with catch, with a team fight ulti. You picked a hero
Wins
that
lane,
yeah,
that's
wins
fine.
lane.
Carries decently.
Can flash farm, has a very flexible item build, and can build what his team needs.
Yep.
So
Radiant
just picking this
team
hero,
ban.
you're never going to go wrong with it.
The only thing that I'm now noticing about OG's draft is maybe you don't want to do a safe lane Kunkka with Ench, just because possibly you want something that has a little bit higher of kill threat, because Kunkka does need some levels before he starts really threatening any kills. And I feel like Enchantress
10 seconds
level 2, level
remaining.
3, you can really start pressuring a lane. So either
5 seconds
picking
remaining.
Ench with something that really needs a good safe lane, such as SF possibly, or Morphling, which was banned out, or picking Enchantress with something that can absolutely abuse the fact that she's crazy good at killing people in lane,
OG's
like a
turn
Juggernaut,
to
for example.
ban.
And speaking of Ench, there's a lot of magical burst on Cool Guy's draft. Like later on, if this hero doesn't have a good lane, the issue with Enchantress that I have at the moment is, yeah, she owns on lane. You feel like
Radiant
this hero is
team
so
pick.
good, then all of a sudden you start to feed.
She's useless. Yeah.
And if there's no spell for you to dispel, like if there's no flame guard or something that will always make you useful in
Yeah.
a fight, you're just there.
She
and then
does
you
have the
die.
bulldoze this game. You're totally right about that. Whenever I'm Ench and I see something to dispel, it's like, yes, I get to be useful in the
10
mid game.
seconds
All
remaining.
right.
Do something.
Yeah.
But this hero kind of functions as a ward after the
5
laning stage, right?
seconds
She sends a
remaining.
big creep out to push lanes or to just scout enemies, or she herself can just like face check high grounds.
Yeah. You're like an ogre, basically. You just run in and die,
You're
which
like
is useful.
an
But
ogre without a stun.
yeah. Hey, you got that dispel though against the Spirit Breaker. Hell yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Right, so what are we looking for in terms of boxes needing to be ticked from Cool Guys, from their carry
I feel
slash
like
mid lane,
Cool Guys
slash
needs
off lane, I guess, as well. Yeah.
some damage over time. And if they want to run the safe lane Queen of Pain, like an Ember would have been good. Leshrac if they want to snowball.
I mean, Spirit Breaker could even be mid as well.
True, yeah. They could even go with like a,
OG's
Terrorblade, like something
turn
that's
to
a
pick.
more traditional carry.
Gyro.
Okay, Gyro IO, of course. That's
I mean, it is a traditional, definitely, with the IO.
So Gyro is more magic damage. We're talking about Ench. Provides team fights, so they've got things to add on top of Disruptor's kinetic field.
10
His lane
seconds
should be
remaining.
fine, but OG's lanes are, his lane should be fine, and he should be able to flash farm.
5
And
seconds
actually,
remaining.
OG banned out the good heroes versus Gyro themselves, so
Yeah.
they kind of five-headed themselves there.
I wonder if OG's gonna put the Ench versus the IO Gyro just to
You may
dumpster the
now
lane.
select your
Okay,
heroes.
this Terrorblade pick, sorry, I really like this Terrorblade pick because I was thinking to myself, they have really great stable heroes, but they don't have that oomph, that extra damage, that hero that's just going to shred everybody until Kunkka gets 6-slotted. And if you want a high damage carry, you always think to yourselves the Lunas, the Terrorblades, the Morphlings, etc. And Terrorblade can get run down given that they lose their lanes, but I feel like by picking this Bane and this Ench, you have made sure that Terrorblade won't suffer in the laning stage.
There's also a lot of committal heroes on Cool Guys. I feel like, Spirit Breaker runs in, Quap blinks in, IO goes in, Gyro goes in. Maybe Disruptor's the only one, but he folds like paper.
Yeah.
And so Terrorblade, in terms of how he wants to play in the game, is like he's the best hero at just man fighting 1v1 if you run into him. So it doesn't feel like there's anything to really deal with the Terrorblade late game once he has the HP to survive the burst and once he has a BKB.
And that's what I wanted to comment on. If you don't burst the Terrorblade, they don't really have super high damage heroes because Gyro does do a lot of right clicking, but it's not like all at once. You're just going to get sundered and then you're going to die on Gyro.
There wasn't a lot of tower damage on Cool Guys either. So it's not like they can just go like run at towers. They've Quap Gyro as their course, right? So
I believe
A
in that.
grim picture. Yes, they're making this uphill battle for Cool Guys a very, very steep here with this drop. But we're going to find out how it's getting played out together with our British duo of OD Pixel and T-Gov.
thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game.
In OG versus Cool Guys. T, what do you make of this? Are we going to see Cool Guys come in and give a solid punch to OG, or is it going to be a bit of a difficult one for them?
I mean, okay, let's not. They have to come in with a punch because they're not in 3. They need to try and get a win to get tiebreakers and be eliminated, so it's all on them. But I'm just excited for OG. We finally get to see Uragi and Terrorblade. He played a lot in pubs. I don't think OG's picked at all while he's been on the roster. Like, I just checked his Dota buff. It was like 4 months ago, his last competitive Terrorblade game.
It's quite a while ago, yeah?
Quite a time.
Quite a while ago.
I'm excited to see it. It's a standout hero for him, in my opinion, from being able to like watch the pubs now and again. So I'm just going to see how he can demonstrate his Terrorblade skills.
Okay. And how is it as a Terrorblade game? I mean, I feel like they've got some ways to definitely pressure and she killed Terrorblade early on, right?
Yeah, exactly that. I think thing is a laning setup. As all of Cool Guys middle as 5, it's really safe.
Yeah.
An IO Spirit Breaker be doing the most annoying pressure to a Terrorblade. So I have to see the potential of the Spirit Breaker with maybe the Disruptor to give a little bit more punch in that lane. Terrorblade, if uncontested, this is the type of game where he is going to be pretty much free to
30 seconds to battle.
and it's going to go pretty well. I guess the good thing for Cool Guys is the fact that Queen of Pain, if you pivot from mid lane quick enough, and then you connect with IO, relocate and Gyrocopter in, they can maybe close out the jungle. But again, they mentioned it on the panel, OG has such strong lanes, it's really hard to expect Cool Guys to be able to find that lead, to play across the river and play with that confidence. But again, I think, like we mentioned, it's about setting up the lanes correctly and trying to stop Terrorblade from farming freely and then moving to jungle with confidence.
Oh, let's see. Let's see how Cool Guys fare during the laning phase against, as you say, what seems to be an upper hand on the draft and lane setup from OG.
Yeah, and a nice thing from OG, and I think this is what kind of makes a difference in a team, is they're thinking about the lanes from the get-go. Cool Guys, they are sending Spiritbreaker and IO to the offlane. But OG, they decide to move the Bane away from that lane. Bane is a hero that often will be able to bully lanes through having brain stuff, healing up, and then slowly whittling down your opponent. If there's an Ions in that, it won't happen. So they moved to the other lane, put Ench in that lane, so you are going to get the best out of these lane-winning supports. So again, OG, heads-up play, thinking about the lanes, making sure they can try and get the most out of every little situation possible. As you see here, Tiger
has been killed.
I mean, getting a courier. And now clicking away. Omar will have to try and body block some of these camps because against Enchantress, you just need to prevent the instant enchant of a creep within lane, make her walk a little bit deeper into the jungle.
Yeah, that's take
quite a lot of damage there.
Yeah, and of course regen isn't too great for them up there. They're down to the last tango, and with the way that courier was taken down, mid lane noob. Taking quite the hit there from BZM.
Yeah, Kunkka is such a stable pick. Like, it really just does everything you need. Very tanky in lane. And I gotta say, if we could click on Phonic for a second, dear production. It has bled into the off lane as well, unfortunately. These pesky cores thinking they don't have to buy any regen. He has nothing, can Tiger maybe get a second through? Yeah.
He's gonna get the courier.
Has been killed.
He may die for this though, as the heals are gonna shortly come to an end, but man, it seems like it is enough to allow him to walk away, so not able to do anything about Tiger getting in and taking a second one. Charges back up.
He has a fairy fire though.
Oh.
And now Mango regen.
Yeah, he's a little too speedy. Got the reflection out as well.
Ran back in.
He is. He's feeling confident, Tiger. Knows that he can play on the edge. Of course, whilst this is happening, you've got Uragi under the tower, happily farming away.
Yeah, this is the difficulty of the IO Spirit Breaker. Unless you're able to stay with it in the lane and punch, it's really hard for you to stop the carry from free farming. As Tiger, he has... like, this is like some players here, they'd maybe go for enchant straight away. They'd even go for the impetus because they want to try and fight. But if you just get this casual heal, you tank up, you go for the one-on-one fight, you're going to get the kills.
Fairy Fire is going to come out from Omar, but it isn't enough to save him. First blood for the Terrorblade. I think if you're Uragi, I think you're very happy with the work that Tiger's put in on this lane so far.
Yeah, this is a perfect start to the game from Tiger. I mean, just putting the point in the hill. It's one of those things where he's adapting for the game he's in, right? He knows that IO Spirit Breaker, it's not as if it's like a Spirit Breaker Willow or something. There's not kill threat. So if you can just survive and just slowly right-click them down, you are going to be able to win the lane. Like, Terrorblade, I don't think he's even been touched. Like,
no, he's having a great time, Uragi.
Yeah, he's having a great... I think he's maybe... Yeah, he's eaten 2 tangos, but it's looking real good. Unlike DNZ, though, he's been battered in the bot lane.
CS down on the bottom so far. Amar 15 for 3 against the 10 for 3 of Thug. Having that slight edge here on the Mars. Top lane, Yuragi with the start that he's had, the early items he'll be able to get out. It's just not going to ever really be easy for these two to make a move onto him.
I think the interesting thing will be if Funnick can somehow find some extra levels. If he potentially gets level 5 when Terrorblade's level 5, maybe you could then do like 3 points bash, surprise Yuragi when he's out of position. Maybe Tiger's gone to jungle. There is like a very small chance of kill threat, but it really leans on OG being in the wrong place. And it's not as if Cool Guys will be, you know, hitting a timing on this is an instant kill. This top lane, it is going to be very hard. It's reflected in the CS, 18 for 9 for Terrorblade, and only 11-0 for Spirit Breaker.
Tiger picks up his levels in the jungle. He knows at this state with the way that he's set up the lane, he can be left to his own devices. Yeah, until sort of later on in the levels, Yuragi won't be pressured.
Radiant's
More than
courier
happy to hit
has been
creeps under his
killed.
tower. Another courier going down. Well, there's been quite a few courier deaths already in this game. OG find themselves in position to take a fair few of those away from Cool Guys. See the move coming in.
Nice.
Tiger, and he's got the extra burst there. I mean, Tiger just completely ruling this top lane.
Yeah, Yuragi just kind of on auto, right? Free farming, like he doesn't even have to think too much. That is what the perfect support is, what you want in a game, right? Like Tiger has set up the game, lane correctly. He's got his own levels by jungle. Yeah, truly a little bit of a masterclass in just securing. But I will say, it is off the back of how weak Iron Spirit Breaker is in the lane. But again, very good from Tiger.
See Bonham, I'm going to make the move for Misha. Missile coming in. He should be able to waste a bit of their time though. Misha's still got a Nightmare and a Brain Sap. Good dodge the missile. Try and run him down with the rocket barrage, but Thug, he's got stick charges. Maybe go for a second one, but he doesn't want to waste any more time chasing this. Has to get back to the lane. Misha gets in, drops a deep ward down, and he'll be able to keep himself alive and well.
Notel still has some work to do with the team. If he was playing, he'd be tipping Thug there for sure. Misha hasn't really picked up that game. A lot of wasted time from Thug, really just kind of chasing down the Bane, hoping to get a kill, but yeah, not really netting anything from it.
Oh, look at this Tiger. He's come to
cheeky.
take away the small camp here from Noob.
He's got 3 so far.
Top tower
Okay,
is
Noob
under
gets 2,
attack.
3 for 2. Tiger's still getting the win, but look at the moves he's
Radiant's
making.
middle tower is under
I
attack.
mean, Yuragi isn't dying. He's level 5 to level 3.
Fortified.
Tiger, he sets up top. He now moves mid. Equally so, Misha moving into mid.
Yuragi's he's about to be level 6.
Mate, yeah, this Terrorblade's living the dream right now. This is
Level
the
6
perfect.
against a level 3 offlaner. I mean, yeah, Tiger not only having a huge impact in that top lane, but at the same time, not being there any moment that he doesn't need to be there. Mid lane, now DNZ wrapping pretty deep behind the towers. Well, BZM.
Dire's
Boys will get in and get him. As DNZ, as hard deep as he tries to hide, OG's ready to dive in and find him.
The Noob used the Sonic Wave onto the Enchantress. They fortify as well on OG, so this is a tier 1 tower on the first
That's
catapult.
a lot of damage.
I mean, how often do you see in competitive games the first catapult wave, the 5-minute wave, is when the tower nearly falls? Like, this is a 300 HP tower. Normally, this is off maybe the mid rotating out or making some play, but because of how well the lanes went, Amar looking pretty healthy, Yuragi looking pretty healthy, both Ench and Bane get to go mid for free, no punishment. And yeah, this mid tier 1 nearly falling. Yeah, this is a really, really good start. And it is off the back of how strong Bane and Enchantress are as supports, and the fact that they put them into the correct lanes. Ench into the IO, Bane into the gyro. Really good stuff so far. But yeah, it's all about Noob right now, I'd say, if you're cool, guys. How does Noob use his second Sonic Wave of the game? Maybe he rotates in to kill off this Terrorblade free farming, then you start to pair up some relocates into it, but again, early days.
See the bottom. Amar, he's going to go for the setup onto Thug. He got quite enough damage. He's going to miss the rebuke there, Amar. So, won't get the kill. Thug's able to step away and heal up.
Uncharacteristic. Probably the most overused term in casting, but uncharacteristic mistake there from Mar, not hitting the bonk. Otherwise known as God's Rebuke.
BZM. He's going to haste up and see if he can help out.
Oh no, Thug's going aggressive.
And oh, a beautiful torrent there from BZM. Reading the perfect move from Thug, backing up into it. He's now still got the X-Mark and the bow at the ready to drop down onto DNZ. I mean, excellent skill usage there by BZM. Secures them both of the kills on the bottom lane.
Yeah, meanwhile, sorry, in top lane, both the Spirit Breaker and I was trying to dive Tiger, but because Tiger's already level 4, 2 points in heal, Fluffy Hat a 1, he was able to survive that little bit of aggression as well. So, you know, credit to Cool Guys trying to mirror that. If they're fighting bottom, we can fight top, but this is one tanky Enchantress. And yeah, I'm just a big fan of Ench. When you have games where at least, you know, 70% of the damage is magical, you just go for Holy Locket, tank up, but he's the one dying right now.
Yeah, straight onto him with all the bursts. They'll get the kill. And Noob should be able to sneak out in the trees here. They won't be able to find him. Gets deep. In fact, quick move with the TP straight up to the top lane. Wants to keep active here with the Arcane Rune. See if they can find an opportunity to take out Tiger, who has been sitting around trying to pick up the XP in that lane. Mid lane will have BZM make the move. Tiger will go down. BZM not quite enough control this time to take down DNZ. Cool Guys make the most with that. Quick kill from bottom to top lane, and now they'll look for the tier 1 tower, and they'll be able to take it.
Yeah, this is the most crucial part of the game for Cool Guys. It's when they break down this tier 1 safe lane tower, how do they then move into jungle to stop Terrorblade? Because these plays from Noob, they look good. You know, as a spectator, oh, they're killing heroes.
Scanning.
You're killing off a Mars in bot, you're killing off an Ench in top, but you're not entering that jungle, you're not stopping the win condition, the Terrorblade from farming. If you look at the minimap, this Dire Vision, they've got a beautiful line of wards going down like the middle of the map, pretty much preventing any entry or any smoke gank, beautifully demonstrated by production there, from finding this Terrorblade. So yeah, right now, Cool Guys, they need to find a way to cut in and stop this this farm.
BZM, he's found a half health DNZ in the jungle. He looks for the setup, trying to help out, throws on a missile. They've got the charge over. DNZ's still alive for now. Finally gets taken out there by BZM, finding the angle with the Tidebringer. Amar's come over, has Arena at the ready. Spears thrown out. BZM's able to step to the side. Noob will jump over, is able to take him down. Bunning still alive here, thanks to Omar. Over to Misha. Misha falls Amar. It's the last one left, but there's 5 of them surrounding him. The Cool Guys, they turn up in their numbers to get OG out of their jungle.
All right, that was beautiful from Omar. They're keeping the Spirit Breaker alive into the final moments. Yeah, and that is kind of what they needed. They needed a little bit of fresh air.
That is what you sound
and now
like.
they have to turn it around, set the pace of the game,
That's
get
what they
things
can do
going. Exactly.
That's the scary thing. I felt, you know, that was a great fight for them. They killed 3 heroes, but the net worth lead just went from 2k to 3k. It's still going up for OG in the long haul.
I mean, I'm happy you said it, because I didn't want to have to be the one, you know, 3 times in a row, because obviously, you know, Yuragi in the fog, in the tri-camp, farming away, but, you know, it's good that Cool Guys was able to find that kill there. Unfortunately for DNZ, every time he shows, it feels like BZM's playing bounty on
grabbing him.
He's just tracked, you know, he's always just running him down, killing him off. Wait for it, wait. Oh, Tidebringer, come on.
Get him!
Oh, beautiful. And then we got Tiger just walking away in top lane. Look at it, like, yeah, not killing off.
And now
Bambi.
4k lead. That number's just going up. It's just going up. Yuragi.
Yeah. And this is the most annoying thing about Terrorblade. If you don't stop him from farming, he is going to hit that timing where he gets, you know, Manta plus whatever active item he needs, and he sets the pace of the game. In this game right now, I assume he is completing Manta, right?
I think about the dragon.
Or is he just going straight Hurricane Pike?
I think he'll buy the ultimate orb. He's got 2k gold. Oh no, what?
Ooh.
Okay, Favor's just getting the Dragon Lance first.
He's just going straight. Okay, yeah, he's just going Dragon Lance. Sure. All right.
Ready to fight, ready to be where, you know, do whatever the team needs him to do. If they come to him, Yuragi's going to be able to bring them a pretty good turnaround fight. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It means he's kind of itemizing for, I'm going to join you guys soon. Like, if he goes Manta, it doesn't give him an instant moment of fighting because, of course, Gyro, Quap, even Spirit Breaker to some degree can deal with the illusion. It's more a farming item. So he is itemizing for the fact that he feels that lead and he wants to really break down Cool Guys before they get any moment.
And he's got great heroes to fight with, right?
Yes.
It's set up from Amar, BZM coming in with the boat buff, heals as well, of course, from Tiger. They've got multiple ways of keeping this Terrorblade safe if Cool Guys do end up bringing a fight to him.
And a pretty cool play he can make, if he does want to complete the Dragon Lance into a Hurricane Pike, against Spirit Breaker, 4 staffs, Hurricane Pike active, this stops the charge fully. And because you push him away, you're able to disconnect yourself. And of course, Spirit Breaker in this game, he kind of wants to stop Terrorblade right-clicking. So potentially, after a Skadi, a BKB, and, you know, later down, he could just go for a casual item
It's not bad upgrade.
protect him. Like, again, it's just an option. He probably won't need it in the game, but
He might not even get there if it starts to speed up. Top lane! Cool Guys will find Tiger out on his own.
the key thing is that they were able to catch Tiger before he got the heal off.
BZM's coming.
Oh, he's always coming. Look at him. He's ready to go. He, like,
Cool Guys, they're very careful about trying to run straight into the jungle after killing Tiger.
but you see, Cool Guys, like they get a kill, but like they want to go, but they can't. They're kind of scared, right? Like they're afraid of Kunkka Mars. Like these two heroes, if they're just ready for you on a high ground, you're gonna get 2-3 man boated or arenaed. It is really difficult. Like they need to smoke, pick off one of the big boys, into then finding. Like
There we go.
it's difficult.
No, it's not one of the big ones.
Right back. No.
I'm gonna have Noob TP over, maybe just in case OG went a bit deeper, but it's not gonna be the case.
Yeah, using the X-Mark to push out top lane.
Welcome
And again,
back.
OG is positioning in such a way that Cool Guys feel like they have to deal with the
Dyer's top
threat
tower
of the
is
4 of OG.
But do they really want to fight?
I don't think they do.
That's the question. Sandstorm's going to come out onto Amar. They will come out with the stun away one of the two supports. Misha taken down, but now the arena's there. Catching the three of them. Noob will be able to blink out to the side. Omar comes back in with the heals over to Thug. BZM trying to chase him down. Still has DD Rune going, coming in with big hits from the Kunkka, as Amar won't be able to get out of this one. The Ire falls. Amar joining. Next with the spear. And with the metamorphosis, he's going to have to punch. Noob's able to blink out in time. The heal from Omar coming in will save him from that last hit from the Enchantress. Funnick trying to sneak out, but they get the X in time. Spear straight over the trees. OG grab another, and with the metamorphosis pop, they're ready to head straight into the Roshan pit, knowing that Cool Guys, they just don't have any fight left in the tank to bring over to this. This is going to be a free Roshan, free Aegis here for OG. 14 minutes in, pushing up to a 7k gold lead.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful from OG. Like, I'm sure, I think we've seen the heat map already for Uragi, but
He's all over the place.
he's farming the entire Dire side. The one time he joins, it's a fight into Roshan. They get the Aegis. They're just hitting every single beat they need to make Cool Guys feel like they can't make any moves. It is a Maelstrom Gyrocopter.
Oh, Noob. Can he get this?
Is he gonna get it?
He blinked him for Tiger.
He's gonna blink out to death. There it is.
Ooh, the tips first. Oh, here we go. Here's a bit of the tips.
There it is.
We are going to begin. We've got to keep our eyes on the mantles.
Couple bot box there.
See if they start coming out.
I mean, he could speed run the mantles. I did check his quick buy quickly. There aren't any in
Not
play.
any at the moment. No.
There's a rapier though. Just like Gremlin also has a rapier in his quick buy.
Radiant are scanning.
Right now, Cool
What's the
Guys.
move? What are you doing now, Cool Guys? You know it's getting tough.
Yep.
You're going to feel it. You're going to be looking at this Terrorblade, and you're going to be a little bit concerned.
This is kind of the moment in the game where, because your support duo is Disruptor IO, heroes often who want to play at a higher pace, they need to try and find a pickup where they maybe.
Nah, they don't look good. You can't go once he's up there.
Like, realistically, if OG is to play disconnected, maybe you can pick a hero off in the side lane, but you kind of need to play super scared. Like, into an Aegis Terrorblade, like OG's lineup, they naturally will be congregating at minute 15-20. They want to play together. They've hit their timings. There's no real need to farm anymore. Terrorblade can join the team, but farm of illusions. Like, this is a really scary part of the game for Cool Guys. And if they can survive through it and not suddenly be 15k behind after this Aegis, maybe there's a moment where you surprise Amar, when he's out of position. Maybe if he hasn't got his BKB off, you can throw everything on. But he's itemized for this. He's got the hood. Like, the damage of Cool Guys is all magical right now. Like, Gyrocopter is like 3 items away from being able to kill anyone. It is super scary for Cool Guys now. Survival and waiting for OG to maybe misstep is kind of their best friend.
OG. I mean, Tiger as well. We saw Noob trying to kill him off. He knows at this stage, even with the holy locket and the fluffy hat, it's he can kind of push out lanes on his own.
Yeah, and
they're not going to want to waste resources taking him down, and even if they did, there's a good chance they might not even be able to.
Same thing for Misha. He's sporting 2 fluffy
Radiant's
hats.
middle tower is
He's
under
equally as
attack.
warm and cozy. Like, he's pretty tanky himself. Like, it is really difficult
Dyer's top
for
tower
Cool Guys
is
to
under
get a kill
attack.
in which it is, we've already killed him quickly, within a second go next. It's going to take, again, this is going to sound weird, it's going to take like 2 seconds to kill off a hero, 3 seconds, which in Dota terms, that's plenty of time to react, reposition, and get into the fight.
A bit of a pause. A bit of the old lag.
Yeah, you can see though during this pause, the Queen of Pain's quick buy, right? It's, Sanj and Kai have been very popular. It's then a Lincoln's. They're kind of playing for survival. They're hoping that maybe if they take a fight after Aegis in open area, it could look pretty good. We're going to see a highlight here. This is kind of the issue in their draft right now when they're behind. Sure, there's an X, but even if they were to ult him there, no X, there isn't really the damage to kill him. It's more, you can put him to half HP, but they're going to turn around. So I kind of feel like Cool Guys, their way to play this game that they're telling us is we're just going to keep hitting creeps, get tanky, and hope that maybe we punish them when they don't have meta.
We're seeing the mid. BZM just walks right up to the tier 2 tower.
Nah, pretty
starts
cheeky.
to take them on.
All right.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to walk out of this.
Toggle.
He's doing it. Will finish him. Amar's now kind of been baited in on this a little bit, yeah. But there is a haste run at the rim. He runs back in, gives him a bit of a shot back with the God's Rebuke, because look who's turned around on the backline. Yuragi's coming with the movement. Feed scripts there to lock down Noob. It spears off the mark, but the right clicks from Yuragi are not. Amar jumps in. He's not done yet. Pushes both of them back with the two-man God's Rebuke slow. Tiger and Amar focusing down Thug. As Thug's got nothing left to fight back with. Yuragi steps over. Triple kill for Amar. All set up there by the baiting of BZM. Funny, well, yeah, step away from the tower, so you're probably not going to have a great time holding this one.
What a beautiful haste rune.
I mean, Amar just dancing circles around them and casually walking away with a triple kill. If things weren't feeling rough already for Cool Guys, I think after you've had Amar dance around you so delicately and delightfully, you're probably not feeling too great. This is a tough game to say the least for Cool Guys right now.
Yeah, rather difficult. And like we were mentioning, maybe how Cool Guys get back into it. You know, in every cast you got to offer up both stories, but like BZM playing in that confidence, that
just
might have been the moment,
like that.
right? Yeah, that could have been it.
Well, you know, we'll see if this is maybe the beginning of a turnaround fight here. As Misha, he's gone. Noob's in with the jump over towards Tiger. And the dagger slow Amar. He's got the arena up though. Lots of three of them down. Put the call down, but the punch is coming over. Won't connect onto the three of them, but it is, of course, bumping up OG. So Amar, BZM, they'll just turn straight back round. Yuragi steps over to Thug. Yuragi gets glimpsed back. The members of OG left behind can clean up on their own. As Amar, he doesn't even need to hit the spears. At this point, if he doesn't want to, doesn't need to, he's not going to. He plays it cool.
Is this like a new way to try and get in the head of your opponent?
It's mixability. It's a trash theme.
Yeah, out of 3, but then, you know, like the team comes right now, it's like, guys, they missed the spear and we still lost the fight. Should we play on? But Cool Guys, of course they're going to play on. Even on a select here, he was trying to do the cool play where it kind of clips it. You see here, like he was trying to, but again, not in position. Amar fumbling that one.
But you see, by missing the spear, it baited Noob to jump in.
Yeah, oh, he was very baited.
It's all about the mind games here from OG.
Next time we're going to see, you know, Tiger missing a black hole. You know, BZM literally boating a creep camp or something.
Radiant are scanning.
But this is a product of how well OG set up the lanes. Right now, it does look kind of comical in how they're able to run at them. Wow, Misha, mate, you need to get a cable tidy or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but that was one coiled cable. Wow. OG, please fix this for this man, please. But yeah, this is testament to how well OG set up their lanes and were able to just kind of give themselves this moment of this dominance. And this will continue throughout the game unless they make a massive mistake. Oh, why are you showing that again? That's
a nice cable.
That's Noob, by the way.
Yeah, looking after his cable nicely.
Yeah, good cable management.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course, Misha's spending more time managing his team than his actual, you know,
I see.
You got to focus what his priorities. See, Noob spent too much time on his own setup. Team's not doing so well.
Dire's top tower.
15k down now, Cool Guys.
Back to port.
And Yuragi as farmed as ever.
I think the nice thing, though, that we take away from this is in the interview that DNZ gave before the series, he did mention that his Noob's going to die. I was going to tell a cool story. Oh, well. Bye, Noob.
I think he's going to die.
Back to port.
Okay.
Diamond.
All right.
It's a bit of a tricky one, but there's, of course, a bit of a window with the cast animation, Blink Dagger, the Blink spell, sorry.
Another Blink.
I couldn't quite get it.
BZM. Oh, missed it. Whipped it.
Nearly redeemed.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly redeemed, but not quite.
But anyway, DNZ, he did state that he does think the team isn't ready for Division 1. He did very clearly say, like, it is going to be a thing in time, and hopefully they're able to improve during the next tour where they can bounce back if they can take a game of other teams. So should disheartened if you're a Cool Guys fan. Like, they very much know that they need to improve. And hopefully can be the learning experience required to give them that kick, that second life, and maybe they can, you know, muster a fight coming in, because this game right now, it's kind of OG's game to decide when they really want to close them out.
Yeah, sort of on Yuragi to make the call when he wants to step up and end it. Has nearly got a Satanic.
Oh, BZM again, fella, you're all by yourself.
He loves going very deep on his own here, BZM. He has got the BKB, of course, and he'll have the boat in a few seconds with the haste rune. Very speedy, but look at the glimpse back. Oh, extra the counter, now Mars in with the arena. They do blink over it, Noob trying to go for BZM still. But I think now realizing he hasn't quite got the damage to kill BZM off. Uragi takes down Noob. Funnick tries for a TP out, but Amar finishes him off with a God's Rebuke. As, again, I mean, BZM just baiting them. That's just runs at them, knowing the limits of his hero. Last time he died, of course, but OG still took the fight. This time they can't even kill him. He's running circles around them with the haste rune, and of course using that X very nicely to counteract the glimpse back.
And the key thing here is he's got 3,000 HP when he activates the armlet. He's got a 20-stick wand. He's got the boat buff, phase boots.
He hasn't got the boat buff at the moment. He still hasn't done available.
The boat buff. Yeah, he the boat buff.
But this was without the boat buff.
And then of course he has the X on the glimpse. Like, yeah, this is just, he fully understands that there is a lack of damage right now. He is kind of cool where you force a fight through just making your enemy think you're out of position. But if you know that you're tanky enough, it's like the equivalent of Enchantress tanking 3 heroes, right? And baiting out the fight. Like, you do the same with Kunkka, everyone quickly swarms in, gets the kill. Like, it could also just be a Fido. We could have been just laughing at it, but...
Oh, here we go. The fight. See if Cool Guys can pull together in defense. Tower down, Tiger just runs in on the front. BZM pops the BKB. Funnick, he gets taken down by Amar. Cool Guys are trying to step back. Funnick's coming in for the buyback. DNC will live for now. They'll look for the X-Mark drag back. OG now getting pushed a little back away from this aggressive move they're attempting to make behind the racks. Tiger continues to poke the toe. Funnick's got the Shadow Blade. He's away. Uriah just charges straight on the Gyrocopter. Ult comes in with the storm down. It arena's up. Mark the BKB catches them all. Charges over there about enough. They tap out. GG is called. They did think it would be a tough one, and it was exactly that. OG walking away with this game one pretty comfortably, pretty easily. Now, missing spells here and there, but it was still a complete stomp team.
Yeah, this was a rough one, but I think this is just OG reading the draft excellently, because when you have heroes like Io, Spirit Breaker, they're heroes that will not thrive. Again, that cable, oh my god, that cable. Will not thrive against tankier heroes, against heroes that can kind of slowly move together around the map. And when you have a tri-core of Mars, TB, Kunkka,
OG's turn to ban. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Lion.
Dire team pick. Queen of Pain.
It's time for the second game of the series here between OG and Cool Guys. It is a best of 3 where OG is 1 game up so far, and Cool Guys are looking to be a little outclassed, but we are hoping that they show us a little bit more diversity compared to game number 1, or rather a little bit of a different strat than what they showed in game 1. And we are in the draft and joined by Effie and Jenkins. You're watching Dream League Season 16 powered by Intel. Thank you. That was just an applause for me saying it so fast. Say really fast.
What?
Dream League
Say it really fast. What?
Dream League Season 16 powered by Intel.
Dream League Season 16
10
trouble activate
seconds
Intel.
remaining.
What he said.
Aha, very good. And also draft
5
ahead of us.
seconds
Oh, and we do have a little bit of change up on both sides. Queen of Pain still first phased by Cool Guys.
You got a nice little lion going on. Okay, just right off the bat, outside of talking about Lion, if they predicted another first phase Queen of Pain, Lion's a great hero versus Queen of Pain because you can just hex her and then you kill her, right? Any kind of mid hero with high mobility does not like to play against Lion. But I mean, on the other hand, it is a squishy type of support.
He can
And
die.
he can die as well, but you're always going to make sure that you have that hard lockdown for the more mobile type heroes.
But they
I
picked
remember-
Queen of Pain into Lion, so they are comfortable.
Oh, you're right, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember Lion for a long time was considered to be like a Nyx counter as well, because he runs up a high ground, there's a sentry ward there, puts on Spike Carapace, because he sees that you see him, and then you just hex him until the Carapace is down, and then you stun him.
Yeah.
So like for a while, Lion was being picked into
Dire
Nyx.
team
So it
ban.
is interesting that they respond with 2 heroes that are effectively countered by Lion, which is some crazy like 5-head draft, I guess, from OG. Or maybe they're just like, what? We just wanted to play Lion.
I feel like some heroes just kind of fade in and out of meta all the time, that people forget how much of a nuisance
Yeah.
they can be.
Lion's one of those for sure.
Because Lion was long forgotten for a big chunk of Dota's history last year, until Puck became
10
the number 1
seconds
mid hero,
remaining.
Yep.
and all of a sudden people were just picking Lion to counter Puck,
Dire
and they realized,
team
hey,
ban.
Lion's actually pretty good, and they started to come up with
OG's
these
turn to
Lion
ban.
Marses and whatnot. So yeah, it always happens in Dota. But back to the draft. Typical OG fashion, they first phase Mars here, they cure him with Timbersaw, and they're probably just going to spend the bans to protect it.
See, this is another funny pick. Like, taking into counters, right? You've Nyx against Timber. You can
10
drain his mana
seconds
constantly.
remaining.
That's
Cool.
extremely annoying. Queen of Pain is one of the few heroes that
5
can
seconds
kill
remaining.
and lane against Timber quite well. So they're just comfortable picking their own thing. They just want to play comfort heroes, which, I mean, I respect it. You hear more and more teams in interviews this year talking about how, no, we don't prep for the enemy team. Like, maybe we look at a few drafts here or there, but we prep to play our best selves. And that just seems to be the way to win Dota currently. Enigma even recently doing a lot better because
Dire
they
team ban.
look inward and they're like, what works for our players? Let's just pick for our players, and then they start winning.
And to add on to that, you were saying something earlier, Jenkins, about how the last game OG looked like they were always on the brink. They were always pushing themselves to the very limit. So this could just be a very good testing ground for heroes and the heroes that they enjoy. And they're going to see how they can make it work in a competitive environment if they get it covered. So that's pretty cool. But the thing I like about Queen of Pain early on versus Timbersaw is that if she is mid, typically you need some kind of hero that can rotate on Timbersaw at a level 6 and kill them. So that sometimes is a Batrider, sometimes it's a Queen of Pain. In the past, it used to be Sky. So that's like a nice thing that you have as a Queen of Pain, but as Timbers gets stronger and gets more items, she doesn't really threaten him all that much, to be honest. She doesn't do much.
Yeah, you've like a little bit of burst, but once you've passed that threshold of being burstable by Bop's ult and then her screen, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die to any damage over time as Timber. It's just this is literally, you know, what regen counters.
Pretty much, and you naturally build things like Lotuses or Eulses or whatever you may need versus that hero. So really the number one threat with Quap is just that level 6 Sonic Wave rotation.
Yep.
Early on to stop you. And that can always be played around. Look who's back. It's
I feel like every time I see this hero get picked up, Puck as well for a similar reason. Every single time I see Snapfire get picked up, I'm always like, I like this draft because she just offers so many things. She's got minus armor, she wins lanes, you can play with the Q and the W, or you can play with the little shredder as well. You've got ult for team fights, you've got a little bit of disable, you've got the Agate Shard if you want to go for a lot of disable, nukes, damage, tower, they are off everything.
And I think that's the best route Cloakers can take right now. Just doubling down and making their lanes as strong as possible, because that's the best shot they have into transitioning into this early mid-game aggression of OG. So I really hope they continue to draft like this. And Lina, that's an incredibly strong laner as well. This is really the best approach they could take at this point.
And
I'm glad that they're
hero for noob.
Yeah, it is a noob signature.
Oh, they're doing the Quap Lina again.
It looks like they're doing the Quap Lina again. That's what we saw them try last time against Alliance, also with the Nyx Assassin. But then with the IO Mars on the offlane. But this time, it's going to be Snapfire +1. Mars, however, still in the pool. They could still go for that.
Yes. So what we were talking about earlier, the level 6 burst rotation Timber, which is his biggest threat early on, Lina fills the same role as Puck. So it's nice that she can do that early on. And she actually does threaten him as the game continues and Lina gets stronger. She just does an incredible amount of damage.
I do feel like also, if you're going to pick a Queen of Pain safe lane or any of these like not hard carries in the safe lane position, you do need to have a hero on mid that can scale a lot better. And Lina SF, like you get Dragonlance, you get Needle or Silver Edge. These are the sorts of heroes that can actually carry the game. I mean, you literally see SF picked as a carry. So if you're going to run Queen of Pain safe lane, Lina mid does make a lot of sense in terms of the scaling.
And to quickly just brush over the two heroes we haven't talked about, Puck can get caught by Nyx, sure, but it's a good Puck game. Like Puck lanes well versus whatever hero they decide to throw mid. 90% sure it's the Lina, but Puck can have a great lane, can control the backline of Snapfire, can just coil the Lina, which makes her super annoying mobility kind of mean nothing. You can just throw everything at her then. Yeah, I think the biggest threat here is just Nyx, but this team loves to play on their limits. They love to play versus counters, so it's not even that big of a deal. And Enchantress, Taiga was so impressive last game. I don't think we touched up on it on panel, but Lacoste did explain it very well. Just the fact that he was able to leave his Terrorblade level 6 versus 2 level 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Just 10 out of 10.
It was like a perfect first 6 minutes on Edge, which, I mean, that's what you want when you pick the hero, because
otherwise
that's kind of all there is. Yeah, that's kind of all there is. After that, you're just a heal, dispel, and a ward, essentially, if you're lucky.
Is there anything to dispel this game so far?
Yeah, Fire Soul.
Oh, yeah.
So that should be nice. If you can dispel fire. I mean, the thing is, Lina builds it up really quickly, so it doesn't matter that much. But if Lina's on the run, if she's being pesky, maybe you can get that nice. What do we have over here? Okay, the Doom ban makes sense, and so does the Slardar ban, right? Just heroes that can Doom Timbersaw, Doom Puck, kill them, and the minus armor would have been so good with Snapfire and Lina together. All of a sudden, this Timber isn't looking so scary anymore, or the Inch, so they get the threats out of the way.
I also just really like Doom whenever you have a carry Queen of Pain, because once again, it's another hero that you know is guaranteed to scale effectively into the late game. Like you pick a Doom, and all of a sudden the clock is ticking. I feel like it's the New Age Alchemist, where you have a Doom and you just know that late game you're going to be stronger. You're going to have more gold than they do.
Morphling. So the thing about Morphling is this hero can always pop off, but cool guys do have a means to catch and kill him early on. The lanes are also I would say pretty strong and cool guys. So it's not like he's going to have a free time. It's just going to be a matter of playing it as best as you can, really. Because Nyx can set up for kills with the Lina BOTs. There's the Snapfire Cookie to follow up. There's also the burst from Sonic Wave, the burst from Laguna Blade.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of early game kill threat on the Morphling. But as the game progresses later on, it should be a pretty nice Morph game.
And they have 2 minutes to think about this counter pick. I'm leaning towards OD because you have OD set up for Lina stun, Snapfire Cookie, Nyx Assassin stun. It owns Morph. It does really well against Timber as well. The only thing is it's weird against Ench. I don't know if OD Nyx would beat an Ench. Maybe OD Snapfire would. But they've 2 minutes to think about this pick, and they want something that's good against Morph.
OD is banned, right?
Oh, it's banned. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So
GG.
Mars is still in the pool. They want to go back for that one. Mars and Snapfire, of course, great combination.
That's burst. Yeah, that's burst for Morphling. Some instant stunner would be cool, but not all. It's not always something that you can get from an offlaner these days.
And Mars can work. It's just not the counter that you want for this Morphling in your last pick.
What else has Funnick been playing then? Let's see. Timber Beastmaster. Beastmaster still in the pool? Yes, he is.
That's not the hero you want.
Morph does very well against Beast. And it's actually, Ench is the hardest counter. Yeah, for sure.
That's true. And that's about it.
It's really,
there too.
it's looking like Mars is probably the pick. Viper.
Okay, so you've got Break for Timbersaw, you've got Break for Enchantress, you've got another strong laner. We were talking about how they should double down on the strong lanes, and they seem to have done that. And you have, you know, just the potential to group up early on, maybe with like a couple of tanky items on Viper, or you could go with the 8-host build, or maybe even the tower damage build. But this is just them wanting to win the lanes and to see what happens, right? Viper is good here, but I'm worried about what's going to happen to him later on in the game, because this hero, notorious for not scaling that well.
So my issue with the Viper pick is that you have a Timber on the side lane, so you know that he's going to be left alone at level 3. All of a sudden you have a tri-lane versus Viper, and it's like one of the worst heroes in the entire game at dealing with 2 supports running at him, especially an Ench plus a line with the damage of a Morphling. I think Viper can feed in this game. Maybe I'm just not a Viper fan, but...
That could be as well.
I mean, it could just be they just wanted something that would do fine on
And that he was comfortable on.
And it's just extra way to kill Timbersaw, but not enough to kill Morphling. They're going to have to depend on this Nyx impaling him, catching him off guard, and then bursting him down with the rest of their heroes.
Now, for the second time, they have the Quap Lina as the 1 and 2 in this in a game. Previously, of course, didn't work out, but this time around, do we feel like they've addressed some of the issues with the heroes, or?
I think the Quap Lina looked pretty good in this game, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they both have pretty good matchups first Morph. You can burst them. Probably we might see the Orchid for Queen of Pain, which can kill Morph. Lina quite easily kill a Morphling, even if he gets the stat Morph off. You just do so much damage that you can chunk through it, so it's decent.
It's decent. Let's find out how decent together with Oni Pixel and Tiga.
Thank you very much. Game 2, ladies and gentlemen, of OG versus Cool Guys. And T, what do we make of this one? Last game, you did feel that OG came in with a draft that was pretty hard for Cool Guys to take down. A lot of beef and not enough damage on Cool Guys. Any sort of similar issues this time, or are things a little closer on the playing field?
Yeah, Cool Guys have very much adjusted from the Game 1 draft. They had a lot of damage issues, but now every single hero on Cool Guys has a way to kill someone with assistance, right? And I think that's a really good thing for Cool Guys. The question is, can they exit the lanes with the lead required to get this draft rolling? Like, if it goes even, I can see them maybe having issues jumping the Morphling, killing him off. But again, it's exciting to see the development of Cool Guys, and hopefully they can execute in the lanes so that we get a much closer game this time around.
Let's have a look. See if we can. It's a bit close. I mean, last game, OG pretty dominant as Cool Guys lost control of the action rather early on. So, of course, BZM last game on his Kunkka, just running into 5 heroes and living to tell the tale.
Yeah, he can kind of do the same thing in this game with the puck, because it's going to be maybe an Orchid on Quap, probably not. The Nyx and Pale, that's about it. So very much is going to be maybe another BZM show. But OG, once again, they are setting the lanes to get the most out of their supports. They put the Enchantress into that Nyx Viper lane, because of course Viper is such an incredible laner, but if there's a creep enabling the Ench to get the right clicks off, Viper can't deal with numbers of a lane. He wants to be punching that one hero. So again, OG making sure that they always put Misho or Tiger into the correct lane. And it might, I mean, it should bode well once again for them.
Sure. I mean, like, as well, or is there more chance for Cool Guys in that bottom lane? You know, you said last time you just didn't really like Spirit Breaker IO in terms of a duo that's able to do something. Is there more chance to do something with Cool Guys, or is it just the same struggle against the Ench support?
This is one of those things where if they somehow kill Yuragi pre-level 3, they can just snowball the lane and just keep bullying him out. You know, same thing with top lane, right? Like if you kill off, you know, Misha a couple times and then suddenly you got like level 3 on Quap, you might be able to bully Timber before he gets to level 3 himself. So I think very much both side lanes are really vying for dominance early, and you see Tiger
has been killed.
He knows what's up. He's already bullied the Viper out because again, you just have the creep, you fight, and as Omar, again, the bot lane is so important here. Omar grabbed the creep wave to drag it around, and in during that process, Tiger was able to non-stop right-click the Viper. So laning-wise, it's already a little bit difficult for this bot lane. CS reflecting that again. Look at Tiger. He goes to that hill. He goes to the trades. He should be dying here.
He should die here, surely.
Yeah, no, he's dead. Omar, potentially, we could argue he did steal it from Funnick, but a kill is a kill. Funnick left alone for no high five.
I was going to say, steals the kill, doesn't even high five the score. That doesn't keep the vibes good down on the bottom lane.
Yeah, pretty bad line.
Even though they got the first blood there. You know.
Let's see if DNZ...
Got to be a bit more friendlier.
But maybe top lane's friendlier. You know, DNZ slowly going to chase him down. Does he have any more spells?
He's got stun in a second, Misha.
He's got... Oh, okay. Misha's just going to walk it off. Does Misha offer up the high five?
Is DNZ going to keep hunting?
No. They're just going to walk it off, mate.
I mean, DNZ keep going for
Is he going back? No way.
Ah, now he's stopped.
That's not worth it.
Well, at this point, you're like, Airline's walked this far away. He's not got anything to do mid. Just let him waste his time over there.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing there is, you know, Misha brought that Snapfire away, and now Timber, level 3.
Okay, it works out for Misha in the end, though. That's going to be infuriating.
This is perfect, right? Because, like, Misha, he dragged away the Snapfire. Timber's now level 3. He's probably going to go deny himself, or he's... Wait, is he going to get the courier and deny himself? What an effective...
Well, that went rather well at the end of the day for Misha, didn't it?
That was
a lovely little walk around the jungle.
Again, OG, please, get this man a new headset. But yeah, that was a beautiful little chain of events there. Go mid, deny the rune, go top, get a kill, and now Funnick getting chased down by the Alpha Wolf. Why am I casting?
Sorry,
I got excited for a second. I mean, sorry, I just... Yeah,
I mean,
it hit me fun.
OG things are just happening, right? Falling to position. As Omar, he'll also die. Tries to turn and get Yuragi. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's dead as well. This is a very unfortunate start to the game.
Wow.
But yeah, I think when they put Quap in the carry role into Timber, it already feels kind of awkward because Quap's never really been a counter to Timber, right? Like, you could maybe argue a level 1 dagger or a level 2 dagger if you had advantage could be annoying, but as soon as Timber gets to 2 points reactive, maybe even 3 points, you get a casual bracer, you then get a hood, right? Like, it's going to be a clean 1v1, which unlocks Misha to make these plays, which allows Tiger and bot lane to not think about top, right? So it is a little bit interesting that Cool Guys did opt for the Queen of Pain carry when Timber was presented so early.
Yeah.
But again, maybe they want to play around the fact that Timber is a more static hero, want to remain within the lane and just push it in, so Quap can then start fighting elsewhere, potentially. Again, Misha with another water rune, like he is just...
Big ZM.
That was rather close. Will he high five, though?
Well, that's a cool high five.
What is that? Is that
the Aghanim's high five?
That's a little Ags puppet, right?
Yeah. Little hand puppet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. High five the tower, though.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can high five the
really?
towers.
Well, now, because they're big hands,
They're
aren't they, with the Aghanim's?
Very big hands.
Very cool.
Radiant structures are
In the new
fortified.
patch, they're going to be able to pick up enemy heroes if they stay in tower range. Yeah, Ice Frog leaked it the other day.
the notes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Forgive me. I forgot I was on the stream.
Bottom lane Tiger. Another death on the bottom lane. He's not ruling the lane as hard as he did last time. This time round, Cool Guys, they're able to say something about Tiger in the laning stage. Top lane Thug, he's got blink, so he'll be fine.
Will he blink, though? Or will he just...
Yeah, living on the edge a bit there, Thug.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that was...
But he will live.
Cool. And he'll have to watch the wave die as his TP's, TP's up to salve him back up. Yeah, and Amara is nearly level 6. But the kills happening bottom is a product of Amar having such a free lane top. Snap can do literally nothing to this Timbersaw. So finding kills elsewhere on the map is kind of what he needs to do.
I mean, who can do something at this stage? Can they bring anyone up here? And like, what sort of composition could get this Timber out this top half?
Realistically, it doesn't sound great, Owen. You're going to need the Viper, the Timber, the Quap, the Lina, the Snapfire, all in one go to maybe kill him off.
Timber? They're trying to kill the Timber.
Yeah. Well, he has to be there too. You can't kill him if he's not there.
Okay.
Think about killing him and he just gone, vanishes.
I mean, Timber would be pretty good at killing Timber, but...
True, that's why Morphling's really good against Timber.
Dire's
Because of
middle
course you
tower
can,
is
when
under
6 you
attack.
become him and you can utilize the 2 first spells.
I mean, that's...
against him.
Yeah, I was trying to think if you were joking, but you're not actually joking.
No, I'm not.
No,
They were now just really
it's good,
experienced, yeah. This is a serious game of Dota.
Shame, yeah, it's just a shame that cool guys don't have the Morph either. That's, of course, on OG's hands. And Uragi, we saw last game what he did on his Terrorblade. It's not quite as smooth of a start for him this time round. You know, it's not like minute 6 where you're looking at the Terrorblade and being like, well, this man's getting completely out of control. But he's having an okay start. Yeah. So he's going to need time to catch up. You'd imagine the rest of OG is going to be able to do a good job of making him that space.
Yeah, I think the key thing here is just the way in which the supports of OG, every move they've made is more to an objective where there has been an instant, gratification of what they've done. Where DNZ and Omar, they've kind of been slowly moving around, like they TP top just to salve the quad, like to get them back in the lane. Nice invis cookie though, but needed the Nyx there, right? Needed a little sign kill.
And now the turnaround. I mean, DNZ, he should die here, Tiger. He'll be able to deal with him. The summons, he's got a heal, and yeah, they've got nothing else to throw out at Tiger, so Tiger will be fine.
Larry.
TP's coming in, and they don't lose anyone too cool, guys. Amar continuing to bully Thug the best he can up top, and keep the pressure onto this tier 1 tower, as it doesn't look like cool guys are going to be able to send anyone else out here to keep this tower from going down. So Amar will be on track to get this very early.
Dire
Yeah,
are
the main thing
scanning.
cool guys can do is try and put what they see them doing. Yeah.
Again, getting tight, feeding them off. Is not trade they're happy with. As argue, the
Radiant's middle tower
slightly
is
better
under
here
attack.
already. 7 minutes.
But not quite.
Really nothing. Or get a little sip, 3 2 wins become, and you just make them really weak. You have the break for yourself. You have to turn that traffic. So OG, this lead, it's the unkillable Timbersaw. It's the Morphling that at any point now, if Viper steps out of position and the Morph is available, you will be able to kill off the Viper as well. In 100 seconds, that's when Viper might be dying once more. But it's all about kind of like Noob and Thug, the Lina and the Quap. It's how do they get into the game. Realistically, the saving grace for cool guys is the lack of jump on OG. It's like Puck Morphling will jump the backline, but maybe if there's a BKB in play for Lina or Satanic or something, she can like right-click fend them off. But again, that's 2 big items down the line. So cool guys, it is mode farm. Don't get sapped into that kind of early aggression that OG wants. Don't allow the map to be broken down super quick, because you are so reliant on items. Thug probably will be going for an Orchid with how bad the lanes went. He needs to find a way just to enter any early fight. So I'm kind of looking at Orchid on Quap, BKB on Lina. Maybe they look to take a fight, but OG probably will be gaining a 4 or 5k gold lead in that time because they're able to do whatever they want in the map. And this heat map from Snapfire, it looks like he's done a lot, but unfortunately it's just a lot of waddling around, hoping to find an engagement. It's very difficult to play when the lanes are so set up beautifully from OG.
I mean, yeah, DNZ sort of scrambling to get some levels where
Radiant's
it can.
bottom tower is under
Misha's
attack.
to level 4. See if they can bring a fight together down bottom. I mean, cool guys, they're trying to poke at this tier 1, but this tower's still in a shape that OG would probably rather happy to defend. So cool guys, they are a little hesitant on how hard they try and push down this tier 1 early, especially with Tiger holding around. TP potential from a Puck or something, a turnaround could always be in store in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's why you see Tiger kind of offering himself up, right? Like he puts himself in that position of vulnerability.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's a Cobalt. That's a whole new perspective of the gang. Cobalt cam, yeah. Yeah, he just tanks up the ult.
Yep.
And back to farming.
DNZ. Uh-oh. In they go, Misha.
Are you okay?
Closing the gap, finds the setup.
You don't get to win.
Good old Tumblr's toy.
Very good
Misha there
neutral
with the easy catch.
Yeah. One of the best neutral items in the game. I mean, tier 1 specifically. such a big fan of this because it's like one of those items where when everyone gets tier 2s and you're a support, like a Bane or a Lion or whatever, you kind of still keep it. You're like, yeah, I mean, I like this.
Well, here we go. This is what we expected to see. Tiger does die. And pretty even. Certainly a little fun. I mean, survive with the Waning Rift. Close. Oh, is she gonna live? Didn't have enough to bring him over the edge. Noobs turned up.
I think not.
That was good. That was like the Noob's presence alone has stopped that, you know, engagement. And they kind of needed something to go their way.
More TP's coming in from
They're going to bring him in.
Bring Tiger back over. Bottle refill.
Probably will
BZM.
get removed in the next patch, yep.
Regeneration.
See what they can have done here. Kisses are coming in. Tiger is in trouble. The Viper Strike's out of the ready. Funny.
Under attack.
Be able to set up to kill him off again. See the jump forward from BZM, but there's 4 heroes here. This is starting to get a bit spooky. This area now is OG. They do not have the numbers around.
Radiant's bottom
With the cookie set up, knows
Connection.
beats get the push on. And indeed, as we had the ops push point out there, no TP was available on Amar, so he was never going to have the opportunity to come down and join this defense.
Yeah, and like, that's a good read from Cool Guys, right? Like, they have the spells to find kills if they are able to connect what few stuns they have, right? They rely on the Impale and a Cookie. DNZ expertly kind of assuming that he'll jaunt to the orb, goes for that preemptive Cookie, connects, they're able to get the kill, but I think they're feeling the pressure of the limitations right now of their draft. Like, we can't cleanly lock a hero down. Again, like I said, when they do dodge the tip before try and find kills. But also, like to echo myself from that first game, they also need to find a way to kill off Yuragi. Maybe when the Cop gets an Orchid, a smoke,
smoke and
connect, pre-mana for a Morphling, that could be a good time.
There we go. Getting a TP sent out now, Amar. He's ready to fight with the rest of the boys next time.
The crew's going to go all the way back.
He's not quite ready, but he's on track to be ready.
It's good 25 seconds of no Omar.
Radiant's
Omar
bottom tower
giving some
is
good
under attack.
information.
Triple fire.
See if they can maybe trip up BZM here. Got enough setup. Viper Strike in. It's a lot of damage. BZM, he's going to try for the TP out, but yeah, they've got him.
It's really nice stuff from Amar.
Oh, it's still caught out. Yeah, he was just super stuck there. No chance. Meanwhile, OG, they are going to try and get the catch onto Thug. Now, this time the Tumbler's Toy, not enough to close that gap for Misha. Thug's away. That's a big kill on the puck. I mean, without a doubt, 13 minutes in, we're seeing Cool Guys have a much better attempt here against OG, without a doubt.
Yeah, the key thing is they're really playing into what Timbersaw needs, because Timbersaw just absorbs everything, right? He absorbs the lane he's in, the jungle he's in. If there's no easy way to kill, he's just going to be top net worth, right? They identify that, so they are going to be punishing whoever needs to be playing out on the side. They have Tiger in the bot lane they killed a couple of times. BZM now filled that role of pushing out this kind of the spooky lane. Therefore, you know, Cool Guys have to capitalize on that. If they don't kill that hero farming that lane, then you're losing your own jungle to Timber, and you're allowing some hero to freeze the bot lane, so creeps aren't coming to you. So it is very much Cool Guys are taking what they can within the map. And OG now instantly smoke up because of this death in bot lane. They are trying to maybe secure their own jungle once again, because of how confident Cool Guys are playing, you'll assume there's some vision there, but there actually isn't.
They're gonna look for noob mid. TP's coming in. Can anybody get here in time to help out? They cannot. The burst comes through from Misha. BZM finishes off the kill. Now I'm going to try and set around the arcane rune. Omar being sneaky. With the setup. They're going to get the chain locked down here with the combo. They take him down. BZM will fall. Misha and Yuragi watching from the side. But with the four of them around, they don't want to get in. Thug, he's going to jump in aggressively over towards Misha. The kiss is coming over, but not quite having the reach to lay them down on the line. Misha's fine. Just be a trade here between the mids. Lamar's stepping over. OG, they're not going to let their tier 1 tower in the mid fall easily at all. As the Timbersaw, he's around and ready. They'll start the whole. Tiger does step aggressively into the river though, but the Spirit Vessel done. He's ticking down. Thug jumps in with a fireburst to finish him off. Amar tries to get over, but immediately the Spike Carapace is there. Into the chain lockdown. The Laguna Blade comes out as well. Misha, he's got to run. As Cool Guys, they might be up for diving tier 2s. They are. Doug jumps in.
Radiant's
They have the
middle tower
burst.
is under attack.
Cool Guys, they'll get the time to push it onto this tower.
Radiant structures
OG,
are
they
fortified.
confidently turn up for that defense, bringing in Amar and his
Is
Timbersaw.
under attack.
But they dealt with him perfectly.
Radiant's
Amar
middle
trying to go up to the
tower
high
is
ground
under attack.
blindly. Cool Guys, they do have good stun lockdown and
Radiant's
great
middle
setup. He's
tower
always
is
got to be
fallen.
aware of this Nyx Assassin
Radiant
Spike
are scattered.
Carapace to catch him off guard on these Timber chains.
Yeah, this was absolutely perfect. Just before this highlight, it was also the Orchid reveal, being able to kill off the Puck, giving Cool Guys that ability to play with this aggression. If Puck was still alive, this type of grouping would be punished with a 4 or 5 man coil.
Yeah.
But because they found that kill, they still play together. They have such
Big
great
stuff.
amazing stuff. And also a key thing with Viper, the new way of playing, I say new way, the way of playing Viper nowadays, you can go for a Vessel, great V Morphling, and
I mean, this Vessel's crushing it.
It's crushing it.
It's a brilliant item.
but also you can go then Skadi later on. I mean, is Amar really dying here?
A fair few stuns. Cookie as well.
Okay. Ooh. Timber chain.
They've got him.
There it is.
Again, I mean, 2 kills back to back now on Amar's Timbersaw. Very well handled here by Cool Guys.
That was really nice. But again, the key thing here is Cool Guys is just punishing the confidence of OG. I think OG is playing with that aura of we can do what we want. Where Uragi's farming, and in the to capitalize on that type of overconfidence. But this time, they're having that kind of heads up play. Where should they be? Where are they greeding out on the map? And they are picking off bot lane. They're picking off mid, going into top. Like they are quickly moving around the map. Primarily it's due to that Nyx, right? Using that Vendetta.
It should be a kill.
It should be. Once they use all the big spells, yeah.
I mean, they're playing fast. They're getting into the groove now, Cool Guys. Something that they didn't get the chance to do in the first game of the series. Wild Wing Ripper just sort of chilling out.
Mate, he's having a little dance party.
Oh, that's what's
Christmas
happening.
time?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, see, they even know it's a rave too.
Final dance. A Wild Wing Rave. Beautiful. But Thug puts it to an end.
No music.
Yeah. No raves, only waves here.
Yeah.
Sonic ones from the Quap.
Dire's top tower
14 to
is under
7.
attack.
This is exciting stuff. 17 minutes in. We're getting a right fight here between the two. Cool Guys and OG. So they can keep it up. Of course, Uragi's still the man at the top.
Dire
They will have
is
to deal with him
down.
eventually.
That's a bit of reverb there on the Ench Def. But I think Funnick, he is going to be the gem of the Dire team.
Look at
Simply
this.
because, yeah, let's sneak a little Roshan. Skadi, when Viper
They know
gets
that.
this, they know. Amar knows about. There's no sentry down. There's no detection.
It's not a very quick rush.
No, and
It's a very slow rush.
They actually have no sentries for this play. OG trying to force Roshan, but without True Sight. So Omar just pretty much, and I guess DNZ with the Mortimer Kisses, both supports just deterred the entirety of OG from sneaking away Roshan.
I mean,
Smoke back.
it was an ambitious attempt as well. Like that
Very.
I don't know if he was even going to die in this game. It's a slow roach lineup that they do have. Jump to the high ground looking for Omar. Yep. Move to the BKB, forced by the rest of OG. The finger comes in from Misha, but Omar is still alive. Finally, they bring him down, but they've actually used a lot just to kill off the Nyx. We'll see if OG can set up for more as the silence is out on DNZ, but no further catch. They push back Cool Guys. They will look back into the pit, but again, the time it takes, we'll see if Cool Guys want to head over for this.
I don't think they can though. Like the fact that they picked off the Nyx, he is pivotal in stopping OG's aggression because of Carapace and the stun on all the AoE spells and no Mortimer Kisses. Without that big spell of Snapfire, they're going to be able to tank it with the Ench creep and just slowly click it down. So it was, it's one of those plays where OG, they could have fumbled at Roshan, but because they had the discipline to disconnect from the Roshan, not the game, smoke up and then go for that secondary fight, punishing the Nyx Assassin. Yeah, it was just heads up from OG. But it could have been disastrous if they were kind of stubborn for it. But again, they're playing pretty clean. They're not going to be too stubborn.
Radiant's bottom
Big stuff,
tower is
Uragi,
under
of course,
attack.
still hasn't died amongst all the chaos of this game. Now having that Aegis, and still in that sort of comfortable spot. The Morphlings, growing threat, still very much something that's going to be on the radar for Cool Guys.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As obviously the sort of combos they've been using so far will only go so far on one of the cores. The chances of them chain locking down Uragi and BZM in the team fights are very slim. And Amar as well, really. All these three heroes, they have to have everything thrown down on them. So there's always going to be this very high chance that one of them is just going to be running rampant across your backlines.
And that's why I think OG aren't really too disheartened, right? It's like why they're playing with confidence at Roshan, why they're still doing these moves, because once Amar actually gets into the middle of the fight, if he's able to use off this vessel and stuff, like you mentioned, they will be able to just...
Yeah. Like, they can deal with one at a time, but the three of the cores of OG come running at them. That's going to be where the difficulty is seen.
That's why they're flooding into the fight right now. Like, what can stop them?
Oh, good kisses here from DNZ. He's found a nice position on the edge of the fight to turn around, start laying them down. Omar's got the lockdown onto Misha. Jump forward from Thug. Couple of right clicks, takes down the Lion. DNZ is going to be looked towards by Amar, but now he's hesitant about going in onto this snapfire because Cool Guys, after killing the two supports, they can now turn their attention over towards Amar. He's able to use the TP, go down to the low ground with the Timber Chain. Light Strike Array not quite able to clip it. The three cores of OG still fighting strong. Of course, Yuragi with that Aegis. If Cool Guys can get any further catch on them, it won't be the case. They can step out. Just the two supports of OG going down, so the team fight put on hold for now. OG will back off with the rest of their cores. Yuragi happy to get at least the Eagle song done now on his road towards the E-Blade before the next fight.
We're smoking up there, but they're smoking
Can they
into
catch
the
Yuragi? Can they kill him twice?
No, once at best. This is a very difficult and somewhat, I'd argue, optimistic smoke. But even killing off the first life, that might give them the confidence to make other players in the map next time.
Get the setup through the trees.
He has no mana.
He does only the 4 stick charges, so I'll definitely take the Aegis off his hands. OGR heading up. Have a Monk coming over the bots as well. BZM, he's turned up and ready to turn. Gets the Dream Core down on the 3 of them at a turn. The stun step locked down BZM. BZM goes down. Finger thrown the way at DNZ as DNZ gets pumped by Misha. Mark back into the Vendetta. Dust not going to clip him, but the Chakram does. Amar reading his move perfectly. Catches the Nyx on the attempted escape. Tiger comes around to the back line. Doug jumps in aggressively over towards Misha. BKB's bound to end in a second, but he will have the blink back up. Turns with a silence onto Yuragi to stop the chase of the Morph. He'll get out of there. They did take this out of their hand. Kill BZM. Does cost them a few lives. Get of it all, you're not going down that second time, so continues to stay at the top in gold and picks up a good chunk of XP as well.
Yeah, I honestly thought that Cool Guys was going to disengage from this as soon as they saw the Puck TP in, but of course I don't think they're fast enough heroes to actually get out of that fight. Perfect stun onto the Puck, and Puck actually was carrying a gem as well. So maybe if Cool Guys was able to sneak that gem away and take the H, would be pretty good, but OG, they instantly react, they come back through to the fight, and yeah, it's so hard to kill them. Thug, unfortunately, isn't able to connect the Sonic Wave onto the Timbersaw, but yeah, it's small things right now. I think Cool Guys, they're going to be taking the W from this. They're going to be excited that they're able to take that fight.
OG, they're coming back in, ready to shut them down hard, though, with this smoke. That's funny. He'll be the one that's found. He's got a fair bit of beef to him, though, with the Vessel and the Dragon Lance. Still living here. They've got enough to finish him off. They will. The orb's back up, but the time it's taken to bring him down has cost him Misha's life. And also BZM, he goes in up to the high ground. They're there waiting for it.
That's the gem. Omar just got a free gem. Poor Misha. Okay, so Misha, the Lion, bought a gem for the Puck.
They've got the opening stun. What more do they have? Spike Carapace into the... Yeah, got the burn.
Do they? They do? Or no?
Have they got it? Oh, I'm off. Yuragi's trying to set up a turnaround here. Thug is out of mana, but the BKB's still ready for Thug. Amar will live.
You play with Lena, you tend to get...
I'm just happy for you guys to have the heroes this game to punish this playstyle, right? Like, they are able to... And I think it's Amar all the way. Like, pretty much this Nyx Assassin is the reason why they're able to consistently find these kills on BZM, why they're able to have these moments of brilliance.
Dire's top tower.
There we go. The Nyx cam. Yeah, look.
Nyx.
Potential MVP material if they are able to find the W in this game.
I mean, it will be pretty huge for them. As we said, you know, Cool Guys have struggled so far in this upper league. But this game, you know, against OG, a solid 24 minutes so far, putting up a really good fight against them.
Yeah, like if you look at the line right now, like he was the one that bought the gem that Puck just fed away. And if he didn't buy the gem, Lion would have a blink right now. So potentially this need for this catch, this lockdown, it is being hindered by the fact that Misha went for a very aggressive style of itemization by giving away a gem, trying to play on the fact that they should be unkillable. But I think for OG, the Puck, the Morph, the Timber, they're the ones not really dying. Puck, of course, is when he's fully out of position. But it's the port engine line. If they step across this river and this BKB cop wants to jump them, they're probably going to die, right? So yeah, right now the the supports of OG are not as tanky as the rest of them, so a little bit of disconnect in how they're approaching some of these earlier fights. But again, the lead still is there because, you know, Yuragi is farming a Storm. 3-0-8 on Morphling. Yeah, this is still the problem that Cool Guys are yet to really face, and it's what giving them this false confidence, right? Kill everyone else, we'll deal with Morphling later. Just kite him out, and at some point, he's got 6 items and you can't kill him. But at some point, Cool Guys might look to try and find that one moment in the game to really get that pick off.
I know BZM's down here. Archie pushed the last one. They'll see him now. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Omar there. Spike Carapace with the blink into the path of the orb.
This man wants to win this game. And BZM, the respect from BZM.
That is some respect there.
Yeah.
Very nice little play. That, yeah, BZM just didn't factor for at all there when he sent the orb out.
Yeah, it was very greedy. Like trying to orb the wave and then, yeah. But again, I think it's the greediness that gives OG that kind of, that joy to watch, because they are just really trying to push everything.
And Omar,
he's already back top.
He's got setup. They've got burst. Is it enough? He's already got the shift going, and that's enough to get Yuragi out of there. But Omar really putting in the work here, trying to give them every opportunity to get these big potential kills on OG. So Yuragi will step out this time, but it was close, and if he catches him before that shift, it's an absolute kill.
Yeah, and the value of Omar with this gem as well. Like, he's constantly dewarding the cliffs. You see on the minimap, Radiant, often OG would have this aggressive vision, but they don't have it now. They need to play on the fact that they are playing defensive. They now use 2 of their wards on the high ground around Roshan. Roshan might respawn in the next 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much going, guys, we fumbled the game a little bit. Let's reset, wait for Roshan, let them come to us, and we'll utilize our heroes here when we can have the vision to jump them correctly.
Oh, Misha. Go for a bit of ward control, but there's a fair few around. Noob turns with a burst.
Pride.
Yuragi tried to push him away with his own combo, but not enough to threaten Noob as they kill off the Lion.
Are you looking at the quick buy of Amar right now? Yeah, I was about to say, he's got a... Okay, cool. He's debating you. He's got...
I mean, I would love to see a Daedalus Timbersaw, but I have a feeling that that's just not happening.
I don't want to be a party pooper or anything, but when he uses his ultimate, he can't right-click. So spending all this money on a Daedalus might not be the smartest plans, but Amar teasing the crowd, you know,
he loves to
put him on the edge of your seat.
The next thing you know, he's buying it. You know,
I mean, why not?
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe, you know, when he jumps onto this quap, he wants to be able to right-click it. I'm not even going to bother trying to theorycraft that one. I don't think that I will probably say there's never been a Daedalus Timbersaw in competitive Dota. Maybe like
in competitive.
I think that's the one hero I could probably say that.
Sure.
At best, maybe one at like the final minute where it's like, haha, lol, bought it to ruin stats. But I don't think that's ever happened. For good reason.
Cool, guys. They're going to be ready for this. Amar is leading in, but not a clean opening from OG. So, Cool Guys, they'll be fine. I mean, OG's still looking to try and get a jump. But the BKB available is not an easy target to commit on, this Viper. They're still pondering about starting some action, but I don't know if they can quite. I mean, it relies on Misha getting the Hex, and it's not happening.
He still doesn't have the Blink Dagger on the Lion, so they really are unable to just instantly start a fight that they want to take. But Cool Guys, they really are respecting OG there. But you could have, on DNZ, he could have Lil Shredded to instantly de-ward when they placed it, but he respected that jump potential, didn't want to give away his position, slowly moving away. So yeah, right now, Cool Guys, they don't want to give away some free kills. The only thing they could do was Misery.
Boy, Misery.
At 48 minutes. Again, at 48 minutes, though.
Dire's top tower
at 34 minutes he bought it, but then
I see.
14 minutes later, Wings beat.
I mean, yeah, so Misery decided to lose a competitive game on purpose by buying a Daedalus. I love you, Misery. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Amar, he's going to start things off. He's in. What's the BKB? So does Funny. Funny, it's been focused down by Yuragi. The kiss is coming in from the side now. Vessel is down onto Yuragi. They come up with the stun and the burn. They've taken down Yuragi. Huge kill to start the fight there by Cool Guys. Tiger also separated in the river. Thug jumps over, gets Misha. It's 3 dead on OG. Roshan is up and ready. Cool Guys, they're taking the lead in this game too.
That's absolutely perfect. Like, they've done this without any vision either. They smoked around. OG has both high ground ward spots. Like, this was a zero vision play from Cool Guys, but they were able just to connect the critical spells needed.
We'll see it again here. I mean, Cool Guys handling this fight
Dire's
perfectly.
middle
The
tower
commitment
is under attack.
from OG, starting with that BKB from Amar. And Yuragi tries to get on in it, but they catch him and kill him pretty easily here, considering how much net worth he has built up. It doesn't matter. A stun, a burst, and a vessel, Yuragi's still gone.
Again, it's key. It's Omar here, right? Like, they're playing in an area where OG, they don't have the sentries, they don't have the true sight to deal with this next assassin, and he is just punishing them time and time again. So yeah, right now Omar really is, you know, playing his heart out, connecting that stun onto the Morphling, noob in position. Yeah, incredible stuff. 6k lead now. Like, yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting this, but yeah, Omar is really, whew, he's pulling a shift right now for the Cool Guys.
Yeah.
And the items as well. I love the fact that they're really thinking about like regeneration, right? You know, Lina with the Shivas,
Radiant's
you've got the
bottom
Vessel and the
tower is under
Viper,
attack.
probably Skadi soon. Like, they're all dealing with the fact that Ench, Morphling, Timber, they all utilize regeneration to get themselves in the fight. So they've hit this timing where these smaller items gives them this
Radiant's
ability to
bottom tower
really pack a
is
punch, and you know, they're sending it home.
Oh, they really are. I mean, Thug as well, the most farmed here in the game, hasn't died either. 605. The carry Quap looking good for Cool Guys here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortification forced out. Still good 3 minutes and a half to play with the Sages. Cool Guys. Map absolutely under their control for the next few minutes, as OG's going to have to be very careful how they come out across it.
But also, Cool Guys have to be so careful as well. Like, even though they have the Aegis, their way in which they kill is the surprise factor. We're going to burst you quickly in that moment. And if it isn't Yuragi the one getting bursted, he has, you know, what is it? Manta, Satanic, E-Blade, soon to be BKB. Like, it might look good for Cool Guys right now, but it's still not suddenly like Cool Guys is going to get a 20k lead from this. They play for that minute moment in the team fight to surprise OG. And they have been doing it excellently. They just need to be able to replicate that. They're smoking to try and help replicate that moment.
This is scary for OG. Cool Guys could get a real solid hit here. Omar starts things off straight away. The kisses coming in from the side. They've got the lockdown. No chance for a BKB. Amar's gone. Yuragi jumps in with a burst over towards Omar. But OG, they've got to back off. They've lost Misha. And they've lost Amar. Down across the tree. They catch Yuragi. Laguna Blaze from Noob finishes him off. Jump forward from Thug. 4 dead on OG. Cool Guys, they take the team fight easily again.
But instantly, BZM, he TP's to mid. He's not thinking about, my team just lost the fight. He's focused on the game. He comes, clears out that creep wave, comes for another wave. Like, how does, you know, Cool Guys capitalize on this push now? They have nothing to obtain. Really good read from BZM. But again, Cool Guys, beautiful stuff. Getting the jumps,
Radiant's
DNZ
top
tipping
tower
the
is
main
under
man
attack.
himself. It takes a lot of confidence to be able to jump a Timbersaw like that, but they have the Bloodthorn, they have the Bottomless Kisses, the Lina on top. Like, they had a way
Radiant's
to
top
punish a
tower
mob
has
being in
fallen.
that position, and they did it excellently. Like, some people there would go,
That is
guys, ignore the Timber, he's too tanky. But like I said before, they have the items to kill off these tankier heroes now, so if they're all in position, they can do it. But for OG, they're very lucky BZM had the heads-up play to take that mid. Like, this could have been easily tier 3 pressure into Morphling buyback, and the game getting really good for Cool Guys.
Well, Phonic, he's got a lot of money to play with. What do you think he's sort of contemplating? Skadi.
Better be a Skadi.
Yeah, double down on the means to deal with this Morphling.
Yeah, and also he's tanky enough to now deal with like E-Blades and stuff, right? Like, if he can stand an A-click, it unlocks Lina, Quap, Nyx to kind of move around this unkillable Viper who's just spitting poison left, right, and center. And that is what's going to give Cool Guys that continued ability to just jump in and out of the fights. And Lina is going to be clicking like a truck.
Yeah,
MKB.
Noob's going to be right-clicking a right treat here with the MKB done.
The real question for Noob right now in his build, he can pivot to Satanic to be able to survive, which I think I'd prefer, or he can go all into the damage and just go Daedalus and hope he doesn't get jumped. Ooh, option number 3, please. That's just an overwhelming blink.
All right.
Poor old Misha in this game. He's just going to show for 1 second to get slowed by Alina and click, you know, 3 times and dead.
It's not an easy life for him. I mean, as you say, his game just getting shaken up completely after OG lost that gem that he purchased.
Yeah, that's one of those things where when they go back in the replay, they're like, the gem strat's really cool. If we can buy gem, D, ward, kill them 2-3 times, secure the map. When you die with the gem and they secure the map, you just feel like you've just, you deleted your inventory. Morphling now has BKB though. This will be a pretty big turner because Morph now won't die to the explosive damage unless, don't press it.
I mean, they have been finding some very good initiations, right? Like, we saw the last time getting that set up onto Mar before he could pop his BKB. And if they can catch him before his BKB and burst the Timber, they can very much catch the Morphling and burst in.
Yeah, and this is going to be the smoke where OG really needs to reveal this BKB to great effect.
There we go. Straight onto Funny. This is coming in response already. Funny. Can I only get the BKB off? The Sonic Wave's out. You're on get his BKB pop, but the pure damage of the Sonic Wave destroyed it. He still didn't have enough HP to live through the burst. As 3 dead on OG. Cool Guys again.
He didn't even have the Scardian's inventory on the Viper. Like, he also didn't even have the spell lifesteal talent. This was just Viper just being on the sliver of HP that he had, being able to then pop a wand, BKB, and turn it around.
Radiant's middle tower.
And now up to the high ground they go. Hey, it's 60 seconds, no Yuragi. He's pent up. He does not have the money for buyback. We'll see how much Cool Guys are able to pressure it. They're at 15k, 32-14. After a rough game one, Cool Guys coming back with the best game that we've seen from them so far in the league.
Oh, 100%. They have played together. They have not let down the pace. They have played behind this Nyx Assassin with great speed. And now here's the real test. Will they have the read that Morphling doesn't have buyback? Like, he just bought the BKB. They should know it's not up. That's why they're staying here. Like, they're not respecting the call. It's like, bro, you have no carry. Thanks for the 2 racks. Take the racks and net.
That's huge stuff.
Reset.
My goodness, Cool Guys, they've got to be feeling pretty good right now. Of course, they're not going to get carried away. They've still got, 20k lead and 2 sets of racks. It isn't game over, especially against OG. There's a lot of chance for turnaround from these guys.
And to remind everyone, the importance of this series, Cool Guys, they need to get a win, be able to draw with Nigma and Alliance, the bottom 3, to try and get some tiebreaker scenario. Put themselves in a position where they can fight for themselves to get out of, or to remain in this Division 1.
Yes, and that was what they were saying, right? They just wanted to take some of these games off the big teams so they could drag them down.
Yeah, 100%. And this is the type of game where even if they get knocked out of upper division, they're like, boys, we won game 2. Maybe if they can continue, this could be a 3rd game, beautiful little story of the comeback. But let's not get carried away.
Well, yeah, we've got to see if they can close it, because this is sometimes, the teams that Cool Guys themselves have said, that this division, it's been difficult for them, but they've been learning and improving. You can get to this lead, but actually being able to close the game can definitely be sort of another beast.
But you see Cool Guys, they are grouping up, they're staying as 5, they're not giving OG any way to get pickoffs using the line.
More fuel for my
And OG, they want to find that moment where Cool Guys get relaxed. Nice blink. More Timber Chain.
And the rest of OG are creative from Amar. The head to the high ground, but the Eldest pops, he's able to put the spike out, but Mish gets taken out. Tiger, first by DNZ and Dub, then easily able to blow up Yuragi as well. As BZM has to run, the Eldest will protect him out. Amar's committed in with the BKB, sure, he kills up Omar, but he has to go for Timber Chain TPL. Only just makes it away. BZM also able to hide in the trees. But we saw that, I mean, they feel that they have the high ground, they could maybe get something done, but with the Eon Disc on Omar, still able to put that Spike Carapace, cause issues for OG's attempt to start a fight onto Cool Guys.
And it's the fact that even when the Aeon Disc gets popped, he's punishing Yuragi trying to min-max the fight. Yuragi's it's only Nyx, I don't want to be BKB, I want to hold it for the important guy. But in his final moments, he gets off the impale, stuns the Morphling, which then allows
BKB case if he kills impressive boss it is that is back up Penny back east from onto Omar. The kiss is coming over, Monica's will step it still going for him though. The China Wars target, I mean, buyback coming out, Phoenix with the BKB, they find Amar in the tree line, take him down, he's gone for 90. Amar out of the game, himself short on the buyback gold. Top lane, they've got the creeps pushing in. They could be on track for a tier 2, and maybe even time to start pushing that final set of racks.
Yeah, that is
Radiant's
600
top
gold
tower
away from
is under
Timbersaw. Like, he
attack.
just completed his previous item. So now,
Yeah, just got the Ags.
yeah, he's not there.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But I think, cool guys, this is the moment where you now feel the win truly. You're killing heroes quite easily. You've just got your Satanic and Lina. Wait for that Roshan. Get an Aegis. Allow yourself to take control of this Radiant Triangle. Have some vision. Play for the final racks. Don't be too hasty. Because if you give the Aegis away to OG, yeah, it could be a lot different. So again, cool guys, they're respecting OG. They're just going, let's wait. Get the win cleanly.
Yeah, they've got money to spend as well. They're pretty much what the Ag's done on Omar for the next push. A second Skadi here for the lineup. Thug, he's be able to pick that up.
I think for Thug especially, like the last time he played this carry co-op, it was a pretty disastrous game. Like they were against Alliance, he died looking solo in lane to a Snapfire. Like it was a hard game. But this game, he's 11-0-9.
Yeah.
Absolutely showcasing what the hero can do in a good game. And that Roshan fell pretty darn quick. Aegis to Thug, Refresher to Lina, Cheese to Viper.
26k lead. They're against OG. Very, very impressive stuff from Cool Guys. They have come back in this second game, and no signs of sort of the damage done by OG in game 1.
Double Skadi as well. We've got the Crocs.
And look at this dude! He's straight in!
Oh no.
Straight in for Misha. Yuragi will try and fight back with the BKB, but they'll kite it out. Cool Guys, they step out. I know the BKB has been popped and used by Yuragi, so it's a lot harder for him to do anything about this push. Kisses raining down on OG from a distance as the space is being created for Cool Guys to focus down the racks. Genie Blade combo attempted onto them, but he's so tanky. Omar gets the jump in onto BZM. The Eon Disc will allow BZM to step out. Got the coil onto the three of them. Omar stepping over his BKB, but it comes to an end. And again, once the BKB duration ends, they just can't fight the sign up, and Omar is going to call it. GG, it's there. Ladies and gentlemen, Cool Guys. They come back with a fantastic showing in this game too. As I said, the best showing we've seen from them so far in the league. And of all the teams, it's against OG. And an OG that stomped them in game 1. I don't think anyone was really expecting to see this sort of level from them coming into this series. And especially not after game 1. But here we are. They dealt with them perfectly. This game, Yuragi completely fell off. This Morphling was just a non-factor because of how hard Cool Guys crushed him.
Yeah, I think this is one of those beautiful games in Dota where the humility of DNZ to admit, like,
OG's turn to ban. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Bang.
The third game of a best-of-3 series. It's
10
Cool
seconds
Guys and OG
remaining.
here in Division 1 for the Western European DPC
Dire
League. You're watching
team
Dream League at Season 16, powered by
Yeah.
Intel, and it's 1-1. Cool Guys did it. They upset OG here in the second game and won their first game of the DPC. Can they win their first series? That's a question we're going to find out with the draft. Isn't that right, Jenkins?
10 seconds
Yeah, absolutely.
remaining.
I think that, I mean, they just played amazing last game. Like, they completely
5
showed up.
seconds
I like that
remaining.
they're pivoting on their, safe lane Queen of Pain. This seems to be something that was their style originally, and it's good to see that it's finally working out for them.
Yeah, I
Effie.
totally agree. And I've got to say, Jenkins, I'm so proud of you for feeling confident enough to show your true form to the world.
I'm naked.
That's actually not true. You're
No, you're
wearing
not.
fur.
It's a natural
Yeah.
clothing of
Lovely.
nature.
We actually do have a
Yeah.
draft for you, though. We got ourselves OG on the Radiant side, Cool Guys on the Dire side, and we're one pick in. And first pick went the way of OG this time around, previous game as well. And they recognize the MVP of previous game, Omar's Nyx Assassin, and they ban it out first base together with the Queen of Pain. A lot of respect coming out from OG.
Beastmaster.
Previously, they have banned out Beastmaster and the OD, and Spearbreaker and Bane. So now they pick up Bane themselves, and we got Cool Guys opening entirely different with Weaver
OG's turn
Beastmaster.
to ban.
And actually, it's really cool to see Cool Guys trying something new again. And this is what we were talking about earlier. I feel like they should just keep doing this, keep throwing something at the wall until it sticks. Find out what you're good at.
Hello,
And
friend.
we've seen a lot of different things come out of them. We've seen IO strats, we've
Hello,
seen
friend.
10
Lena
seconds
Clop dual
remaining.
cores.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing a Beastmaster Weaver. And
Yeah, and like Beastmaster
5 seconds
is not
remaining.
something crazy like a Queen of Pain
Dire
carry. Like,
team
that's
back.
something that's really atypical. But Beastmaster in the first phase, at least in this current patch, is actually atypical. Between these two heroes, though, you do have good
OG's turn
synergy.
to
You have
ban.
great
Kind
minus
of
armor with
Aura.
You have the aura as well.
So-
Tons of physical damage on Beastmaster with the creeps.
Yeah, with something like these two picks, you could be potentially setting up for some for a character like TV to just
Yeah, oh
knock
yeah, for
people's
sure.
faces in. So that could be something we see here. But now
10
OG isn't
seconds
really
remaining.
in the habit of counter picking themselves this game. So they go for a
5
more solid
seconds
and
remaining.
all good Bane, who is very strong on lane, shouldn't just suffer versus either of these heroes. And Kunkka, who, as we've talked about before, is probably the most stable pick of this DPC.
Yeah, just lets you pick anything. You can throw it in 3 core positions. I think the fact that you can play Kunkka as a carry
Dire
has
team ban.
made him a lot more first phaseable. Just because I feel like if you run it off lane, there are lanes he can suffer against. Maybe not so much mid, but having the flexibility of like carry Kunkka loses to almost nothing. You'll do fine against anything because you just cleave the wave out.
So unless OG are running some kind of offlane Kunkka, this is a bit of a
10
divergence
seconds
from
remaining.
what they're used to doing, which is just first phasing their offlane hero from Mud.
5
So
seconds remaining.
OG's turn to
it's probably
ban.
BZM's hero, in my opinion, just from based on how they dropped, but it really could be anything, and that's a great thing about Kunkka. But I like the slash damage versus Beastmaster. I like it versus Weaver on lane. I think overall, OG's first two are looking really good. The issue with Cool Guys' draft, in my opinion, is if you're picking Beastmaster, you are
10
kind of
seconds
subscribing to
remaining.
playing this early game 5-man Dota push
Yep.
kind of
5
tempo.
seconds
And we did see
remaining.
them play something like that in the first game. They didn't necessarily have strong lanes, but they were going for that early aggression of their
Dieting
IO and their Spirit Breaker,
Yeah,
etc. And
sure.
it didn't work out for them. They couldn't really go head to head.
Yeah, they are
Sense.
blocking a lot of heroes that counter the Beastmaster. Anch is banned out. Timbersaw, another hero you could literally solo against the Beast, and it's going to do perfectly fine. Maybe Chen will be banned out now if you really want to protect the Beast, but
10
they're looking to
seconds
try to
remaining.
set up Funix so that he can have a one lane and then maybe snowball a little bit
5
easier off of
seconds
that, because in the
on
first
team
game, the
pick.
lanes were not so good.
And honestly,
OG's
Funnick
turn to pick.
had a really great lane because he was playing versus Enchantress as a Viper, right? And he had a Nyx, and Enchantress was kind of isolating herself and playing a 1v2 kind of thing. That same thing is not going to happen for a Beastmaster. So that lead that Cool Guys were able to establish for themselves in the last game, it's not going to be so easy to come by this game.
10 seconds remaining.
So, you know how we were talking about
5
this? They could
seconds
potentially be
remaining.
setting up for some hyper carry with
Yeah.
all the minus armor. Treant Protector kind of adds into that as well. because
Yeah, it's buff hero.
OG's turn
He's a buff hero, but he can also just hold a lane while his carry goes to jungle.
Yeah.
And he can also just heal up towers for as long as possible, trying to buy as much time as he can. So it is kind of indicating that they're going for this kind of lineup here, actually.
And these days, most people are maxing Leech Seed and playing like somewhat aggressive on the hero. At least Team Tickle's Celery did that in all of the games that he played the Treant Protector. I know that it is about 50-50 now, depending on how you think the game is going to be going, whether or not you want to hold the tower or not.
10
But you could
seconds
definitely go
remaining.
Leech Seed build and like run at the Beastmaster as well in this game. That's a nice thing about Tree and why I
5
think it's
seconds remaining.
becoming more relevant is that there are numerous different builds that you can do that are all viable. I've even seen Dubu max living armor and go living armor literally first point just to protect like a Medusa in lane.
Yeah, the thing is, now they've picked up their Mars and their Snap on OG. They've taken a Mars hero and they've just
Templar
covered it
assassin.
with a Snap, who we've talked about. All around great hero, wins the lane, provides so much by way of nukes, by way of physical damage, just anything really. And now it's just looking a lot scarier for Cool Guys than it did before, because even if Tree does try to play this aggressive style, he's up against a Snap Mars.
10
It's not going
seconds
to be
remaining.
easy at all.
And you do have a Snapfire
5 seconds remaining.
little shredder to peel off the TA refraction, because last time Cool Guys ran TA, they ran it in the safe lane. And they actually did really well in that game, at least at the start. There was some like weird aggro tri-lane situation coming from Tickles.
Yeah.
Cool Guys actually ended up doing really well in that lane. And yeah, he popped off on the TA. But
That's a really good
There's
point.
answers.
Actually. That's a good point. And also just DOT from Treant's queue. But yeah, so you add in TA to Cool Guys lineup, and they've got insane amounts of physical damage. They've got minus armor from Meld, they've got minus armor from the
Dire
Swarm,
team
and then they've got
ban.
all that attack speed aura from Beastmaster. So we can look
OG's
towards very
turn to
early
ban.
objectives on Cool Guys. Right? If they collapse early on in the lane, take a good fight, the tower is gone. If it happens next to Roche, that Roche is done in 6 seconds.
I feel like Cool Guys lineup needs a like spirit type hero. Puck seems fairly obvious. Ember
10
Spirit,
seconds
Void Spirit,
remaining.
something to just get in there and get things started, because none of these heroes really do. Like
5
Treant's
seconds remaining.
he's a peculiar type of support. You're sitting in sidelines, you're not really setting up on people. Weaver, no stuns. Beastmaster, people are running into you. You can roar, but it's a long cooldown. TA, obviously, you're not going to be starting on anybody. Like, you need a
I
hero
have a
to
question.
be active.
I agree, and I think maybe they could even go for a Pango here for
That's
Noob.
exactly what I
Oh,
was
yeah,
wondering, because it's
that
one
works.
of Noob's signature heroes.
Yeah, it's one of his signatures, and it kind of does what a Spirit hero does from the mid lane.
Yep.
Similarly, he can control the backline, can just go in first, can be that catch. So I would like to see a Pango versus Mars in particular, because Pango, if he does it well, can actually take over the arena for himself and just keep rolling people over. And it's always funny every time that happens.
You just roll into the arena.
Dire team ban.
Pretty good against Kunga, too. Like, he throws down all of his
OG's
magic
turn to
spells,
pick.
boat, everything. You just go disrupt the fight until the boat buff is gone.
Or
The only thing is
too
Bane.
good against it.
That's the thing, is the Bane Fiend's Grip is a bit of a pain. I believe the Treant ulti does now interrupt it. It used to not, but they changed it so that it now interrupts channels. Still, it's like that's kind of that
10
and Roar are
seconds
your only
remaining.
interrupts for the Fiend's Grip. So that is a little concerning. I think in early Lincolns, I mean, that's just a really strong item right now. You can always get that on Pango.
Also,
Dire
shards from
team
TA could do the trick too.
Storm Spirit.
Eventual shard. You definitely want to go for that in this game, especially against the Storm.
Yeah, so OG pick up a Spirit hero of their own in Storm Spirit, probably the best backline jump in the game, but there's not really super squishy type heroes that he can go on, but
10
now with the
seconds
Storm and the
remaining.
Mars and the Kunkka, you've just got so much added jump and Snapfire from a distance. It's just a
5
very
seconds
well-rounded
remaining.
lineup, I would say.
Let's see. I mean, Puck still seems fairly decent. It's the Puck is banned. Okay, that's why they banned it. Let's see. What else is there?
It's got to be Void Spirit,
Void Spirit.
or Pango, I think, in my opinion. Could be.
You'll set up for Storm Spirit. I mean, Void Aghanim Scepter is very good against the Bane Fiend's Grip. It just is a late timing is all.
We are operating under the assumption that it's a safe lane TA. They could shock us and throw it mid.
Sure, yeah.
I
that's true.
don't want to say that though, but historically TA has done well versus Storm just in terms of laning overall. But scaling late game, I do think Storm has really great advantage versus this hero.
It does give you options for picking side laners that offer the stuff that we've talked about, though. It's like it opens up Sand Kings, Axes, like more off-lane type heroes in the side lane. Not that cool guys necessarily pick these types of heroes.
They're really thinking about this one.
Is Doom still around?
Yeah, still in the pool. They go for Death
Go Death.
Prophet, though.
Select your heroes.
I believe this is the first Death Prophet of the Western European DPC League.
Okay, so by picking Death Prophet, they've kind of just doubled down on we're going to 5-man early, we're going to take objectives early, we're going to push towers, take Roshan, and try to end as quickly as we can. They didn't really go for that backline jump. They're just going to depend entirely on this Beastmaster, Blink roaring, or just catching somebody, quick burst from Thug. But yeah, cool guys are playing for the mid-game timing here.
Hello,
I like it. I mean, I think it's confident that they're like, okay, we have Tree, we have Beast, we have Weaver. We have a bunch of heroes that you don't want to run into, and now we're forcing you to run into us by picking Death Prophet. And yeah, it offers a bit of silence, so at least it's something to deal with the Storm and a little bit of a lack of disable that they have. But they're just saying, yeah, we're going to run at towers. You come deal with us. See if you can do that.
If they can hit their timings and play the way they want to, they might be able to end the game fast enough. I do think they are going to encounter the issue of we only have a Death Prophet silence and 2 ultis to catch the Storm. Storm can have a really great game, and it's BZM. We know that kid likes to play on his limits, right?
He does indeed, and with cool guys being cooldown dependent, they really gotta make sure they use those cooldowns in exactly the right way. We're gonna find out if they can, together with ODPixel and Tiga.
Thank you very much, Sheep. Yes, the deciding game now between OG and Cool Guys. So we've had a game 1 that OG came in with the sort of the expectations that people had, I think, coming into the series. Game 2, Cool Guys just turning it completely on its head as they look the best that they've looked so far. Going into this game 3 with these drafts, what do you reckon's going on between the teams right now? You know, what's in their heads?
I'm excited because this is the type of draft from Cool Guys where they could just crush this game from the get-go, right? Like, if they win a good lane, DP shuts down Storm early, you hit tower after tower, like, they have the perfect objective-based lineup. I mean, this is the type of kind of heroes you want. You know, when you surprise your opponent with a game 2 victory, when you're the underdog, you go game 3, you pick a Beast, a DP, like, keep it simple, but keep it clean. Like, OG, if they play with that confidence like they did in game 2, that little bit of over-aggression, could be disastrous. But, you know, Misha, already, you know, top net worth, getting that D ward.
Oh, let's have a look. It's Cool Guys.
30 seconds to battle.
DNZ shouting out the coach of OG for scouting out the ward they place every time.
Let's see. Game 3. Cool Guys. I mean, overall, do you have a draft that you prefer if you sort of take the teams sort of out of it and just look at the lineups?
I think
like, which idea do you like better?
I kind of do prefer the idea of Cool Guys, just because of the fact that
The battle begins.
when you pair Beastmaster and DP, towers will fall really easily, and you have the Helm of the Overlord as well on the Beastmaster. Like, it's so much push that Kunkka, he needs Armlet and a BKB. Storm needs a damage item. You know, they need so many defensive items, because that's naturally what these heroes in OG do. They tank up quick, they outlive you, and then they buy damage later on to kill you. And right now, I fear that generic way of playing these heroes might actually be picked apart from if you lose so many towers early on. But it is off the back if Cool Guys can connect the DP with every exo into hitting an objective. So I do enjoy the simplicity. And the fact that if you are to get jumped by a Storm or a Kunkka, right, you've got the living armor on top, you've then got potentially a Yule's disengage on the Weaver or on Ags. Like, it's just a really well thought out draft. But it could also just come crumbling down. If the DP has a bad game, Beast is shut down, they are the ones getting ran at, Storm picking everyone off. But that's why the perfect inter kind of comes ahead, then that's when Cool Guys draft is really going to hit that beat.
Well, that's how much you can do it. It's easy. Well, 6 comes online. Play. Oh. Get kill combo here. They fight very early against DNZ and Thug.
Yeah, the good thing for Cool Guys here is that DNZ on the tree, when he gets to level 3, he'll have 2-point in Leech Seed. So when both these heroes jump on, it's going to be that big kill. And of course, TA has the refraction if it's not eaten up by a Lil Shredder. So it is a pretty good defensive lane here, but level dependent. So I think the window of killing is probably within the first 2 levels if maybe Mars Snapfire gets level advantage. But the fact that they're already pretty even, going 2 for 2, I would actually be pretty happy if they can bring the lane back. This positioning of the lane is really scary, and it's gonna DNZ has to try and find a way to reset this lane. But yeah, you can see Thug here. He's so scared to even go up to single creep. The double wave pushing in. I think now the small camp just spawned. Unfortunately for DNZ, it's a pretty bad camp, not the Frost Ghouls. So. But again, a pool has come up in the top lane that it will be reset for them.
Thug. Spend time looking towards Tiger, but CS Trim up top. You're not quite. I mean, it's not far behind. It's close.
Yeah, it's honestly not that bad. Now that they've been able
Got the
to
wave
pull,
coming
yeah.
in. Yeah.
That was the key thing. Because they got off that single pull, it allowed the lane to come back. But Noob, yes, this is why DP is matter, because early on you have to Cypher, you stand on this high ground and you just push out the lane. You can be quite the pest to the Storm Spirit. The real question is rune control. At minute 4, who's going to have the better lane setup to enable
Can he
it?
get the kill here with the crit swarm?
Yes, he can.
First blood there for Noob.
Little smile.
Indeed, a little smile on his face there.
Question is, does he automatically... Oh, okay. Some mid laners in this scenario would just... Exactly,
Yeah,
just
good
throw
down.
themselves in, but he actually opts not to, which could be the undoing, because it also... He spent about 10 seconds waiting to buy his item, so delayed buying out that regeneration, potentially going to have a bit of an issue here.
I mean, you can go for the bouncy room, bottle up.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a slow walk back, but...
Yeah, he can go bouncing. Probably, yeah, he's going to be able to get back to the water rune for 4 minutes. So, yeah, that'll pretty much get him back up there on the HP. Salve and Mango coming out as well, so he's fine. Wants to make sure that sure he wouldn't give away XP, but doesn't want to give away any gold as well.
Yeah, the nice thing there is for Noob, if the side lanes were going worse, 100% OG would have bring all the supports to the mid, take away those runes, and really punish Noob doing that suicide there. But
I mean, yeah, Misha's got to help out BZM here as Noob was getting in aggressively onto him again. DNZ in position to make sure the Noob will have the top water rune available for him. Noob, he'll step up to the high ground. I mean, he knows with the siphons that he can just stand there against Misha and BZM without any worry. And of course, yeah, water rune protected by DNZ. So he can stay in the lane and continue to just keep things difficult for BZM.
yeah, Misha had to come and help him out there. If they secured the runes without any support, BZM just wouldn't have a game. Noob would probably be level 6 at this point, really punishing in. Yeah, look at this. The reason why Storm is a good mid laner is because you're always chipping down your opponent, right? And when you have Siphon on the DP, with the boots, a stick, like you're able to always be in the face of the Storm Spirit without any repercussions of actually dying, unless he was under tower and something like that. But yeah, right now, Noob really punishing this very much.
Going for Omar here. Tidebringer hit. It's close, but not enough. Omar with the Fairy Fire. He'll live, and Salve's at the ready, so... We'll stay alive against that attempt from Yuragi and Misha.
Yeah, you now see Storm pretty much going full-time jungle. Because of all this kind of mid shenanigans, it created a double wave, so now Noob just pushed down to his tower, killed off a creep wave, and yeah, he's holding it in a really nice position, so Storm is very afraid to come back in.
Yeah, at least until he has the 6.
Yeah, and maybe a hero to help him out. the living armor coming from the tree, keeping Oma a little bit alive. Misha doesn't actually have anything here, so yeah, just walk it off. There you go. No, a solid start. This is the type of start you need from Cool Guys to be able to then catapult yourself into that timing. Maybe the Dominator or Beastmaster plus the DP with a haste rune or like a bottle rune. That could be the first objective timing that they have. For OG, they need to find a way, I think, to stop Noob hitting the clean farming patterns that he's got. Maybe just a quick rotation.
Tiger. Get run back under the tower by Noob. Do have the arcane grab by Omar, as both supports fighting for the control of the power runes.
And I keep saying it, but the importance of playing a solid side lane, it unlocks your supports to make these moves. Like in the first game, and even in the second game to some degree, Cool Guys struggled in the lane, so they weren't able to rotate, but I guess the consequence of rotation is if you're not back to your lane quick enough, you are going to die. So unfortunately, Funnick, under the repercussions of Oma not being back there to help him out, but of course, a Kunkka with level 6, you're pretty much going to die. A Weaver won't really help you out there.
Yeah, you're right. It'll be pretty soon. They now have the money to get the helm out. So unless they bring Noob down here on his DP, they're going to struggle fighting this Kunkka in this laning stage.
I guess out of all of them, the biggest loser right now in regards to net worth from laning phase, of course, will be the TA. Wasn't really able to pack too much of a punch into the Mars, but farming up the stacks in the jungle that DNZ did make, that will be the comeback mechanism to kind of propel the TA up a little bit more. Because Kunkka, you know, quite healthy. 3.3k net worth, 300 head of anyone else. And for OG, it's kind of a race, right? It's a race to get as tanky as possible so that when you defend objective...
What?
Okay.
Set up on Noob. Where's the body? Took up the full combo to take him out. Torrent into the cookie. He's not able to get the siphon off. Well, he gets one of them off, only had the one charge, so not enough heals to outdo the 4 heroes going from there.
Noob will be kicking himself there because that was pretty much the only way OG can defend right now. Because, you know, Mars only has 3 points in God's Rebuke, holding all his other points for the fun of it. And yeah, if Noob doesn't die there, that's gonna force TPs, force movements, right? But again, OG perfectly quickly catch him off guard and kill him off. A very hard kill, I must say.
He's in the mid, very low. He's got just enough mana to get away from the two of them. They'll have to walk back to base. Tiger has been spotted. Cool Guys seeing if they can get the wraparound on him.
They're so hungry to use this DP ult, right? Like, a TP, he comes mid and Thugs now move down here. Thugs afraid of a Mars level 6.
We're going back in.
Chipping away at the tower now. OG got Misha and Tiger ready for setup. Yuragi also trying to get a catch onto Cool Guys, but the back off. Top lane, we're going to see BZM come up and maybe join forces with Amar to just get the kill on this tree, get him out of the lane. Big zip in, goes into the trees, but Spear is there. And they'll be able to bring him down. Keep the pressure up onto that tier 1. The same time the rest of OG, the 3 of them, Yuragi, Misha and Tiger, make moves towards the bottom. They want to try and kill Funny.
Okay, so Amar did the patented 0-3-0 build into maxing Spear at one go. As Funnick once again dies bottom.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, we did see Omar start to step over to maybe help. But it wasn't to be the case. Tries to use the movement speed of the Raw to get out of there. Actually, with the heal at the tree. The angle's found by Yuragi. Tidebring a hit, cuts him down, gets the kill. Omar was looking to try and get back in there onto Misha, but underneath the tower. A little too deep for the Weaver to dive. So, good angles found by Yuragi as Yuragi continues out of that top spot. Noob trying to finish up the tower, but TP's over and OG, they've got the setup. Now time for BZM to close in on top of him. They're going to have some good bursts as well. They'll get one of the siphons off. The magical burst, too strong and outdoes any sort of heals that Noob can find. As they'll take him down there. Just a little too aggressively postured, I guess, after the move that was made down bottom onto Funnick. Didn't quite expect OG to be that quick to get up and set up on him on the mid lane as well.
Yeah, OG's been playing some really fluid Dota right now. Like, the way in which they punish every little move that they made, right? Like, right now, Cool Guys, they need the Beast, the DP to connect up to be able to take an objective. But every time they're kind of in the same area, they're bringing the heroes and instantly killing them off. And yeah, it's a little bit disconnected right now on the side of Cool Guys. So DP hitting mid by herself, when she respawns, instantly getting punished. But they need to try and find a way to group up. And Amar, level 9, 4 points in first 2 spells, might now level Arena.
For the overgrowth, locking him down. The spear
Dyer's
off on
top
TA,
tower
but
is under
damage is
attack.
already done.
Okay, if you ever interview Amar,
Radiant's bottom
we need to
tower
ask him
is
the
under
question,
attack.
why did he hold all of his skill points, put 3 into Rebuke, then at one time max Spear, and at level 9 still not then put another point into anything else? Like, what's the...
I mean, well, he didn't need the arena there, right? Like,
Yeah,
he would've
I
still
get that, but it's more
died,
like-
He only skills the skills when he needs to.
No, I get that, I
Dyer's
respect
middle
that. It's like, oh, he doesn't want to
tower is
waste
under
it, so if he skills it, he might then press it, but... I don't think I've ever seen a player who's actually holds points and spells that, like, you're going to get, right? Like, it's not as if suddenly maxing Bulwark's going to be a game-breaking mechanic in this game, right? But now he gets the arena finally. Probably going to use it on D. Yeah, there you go. Just a small little thing. I guess when you're free farming, it doesn't really matter what you do, right? You're free farming nonetheless.
As you know, he's in the zone, he's chilling. And he's just skill when he needs to. Now he's got them in the bulwark as well. And he can get back on with pushing down this tier 1 tower top. We'll see if cool guys want to head up here once more. I mean, Noob is around and does have exorcism, so they could look to take a
Dyer's
fight.
top tower
But this is a
under
very
attack.
starved Noob, you know? He's now bottom net worth of all of them. You might get a Misha kill here and there, but Noob's
Dyer's
game
structures are fortified.
is now only going to work out
Dyer's top
if he's
tower is under attack.
like he's not able to access the jungle because the TA is sapping that in top side. The beast is absorbing the
Dyer's
bottom
middle
side.
tower
There really
is
is no
under
room on the
attack.
map now for DP because they haven't been able to take these early towers. And I think we saw the Mars as well. He's going for a... Oh, no, wait. Are they killing Thug?
Oh, got the drags back into the kisses. DP's heading over. Won't be able to finish Thug off. BZM having to back up with Omar coming in. And top lane, going to try and make the move onto Omar. With the ghost out. He'll turn with the spear over towards the DP, but not quite able to push him far enough away. Pro combo coming in onto Noob. But still with the ghost up, not an easy fight for Uragi to enter into. BZM's going to try and the catch on Noob, but a quick tumbler's toy breaks him away. Still able to close up with the final bit of mana onto the DP, but now he's low. Bugs are out. BZM having to step back. Uragi will go for the tower, but it's off the mark. Cool guys running OG back down the lane. So lose Amar, and they won't be able to take anything in return.
I think that's the most enjoyable. Oh, nice. This is the next level of all chat. So what happens is when you die, you click death summary, you then shift all on the damage that you received, and it will all chat how you died. So he just advertised there that he died to some creeps as well. Pretty cool mechanic.
And Amar's back, and Arena's at the ready, so top lane gets scary again. OG bringing in more backup this time round.
Dyer's top
To
tower
maybe get
is
on the
under
aggressive, but
attack.
it's hard to push this tower. DNZ's been doing an excellent job of just keeping this tower alive.
Yeah, he's got the 4 points in living armor, and I think as well that's the quickest
That's
minute
a
I've ever
quick
seen.
minute.
Yeah.
Time travelers here.
Isn't it
But for Noob, I think
Smiley faces here between the teams.
a big smiley than a little.
See those smiley faces in chat, please. Keep it positive. It's top lane. Back on with the push. Amar's hunting. He's ready to try and catch DNZ on the tree if DNZ shows his face.
Yeah, DNZ's respecting the fact that if he pops that arena, breaks all the trees, he will probably die. So he's playing just a little bit further back than normally.
It's a little spooky. BZM's also ready to make the zip if DNZ shows, but he's not. Yeah, DNZ just trying to slow this down as much as he can.
Fortified.
The living armor. Making space for moves to be made maybe
Dyer's top
elsewhere.
tower has
As
fallen.
they are looking towards
Radiant's middle
Uragi in the
tower
mid.
is under attack.
But TP's are already coming over. Thug's got to back up. Tower's getting taken down by fighting of the
Radiant's
summons.
middle tower
Quick deny
has
from
been
Tiger.
denied.
Limits the gold.
Radiant's courier has
Now
been
OG
killed.
themselves are ready to make the aggressive plays. Blink Dagger's finished on Amar's Mars.
Yeah, I think the nice thing that you saw top in regards to Core Guys was the DP, when you get off that double siphon, OG doesn't really have the damage to actually kill her off. They need to try and disengage. So
Dyer's
maybe
top
Cool Guys can
tower
look to play
is
around
under
that. They've
attack.
like kind of passively taken this bot and mid tower, not as quickly as they really wanted to, but it shouldn't dishearten them from wanting to group up again. Like the TA, once she completes what she's going for, I think she's about 200 gold away from her Desolator.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be a nice timing where Mars blinks into aggressively, you don't get the perfect arena, instantly into Roshan. That's why OG, they need to be careful where playing like this with smokes, if they ever waste a smoke or they
are scanning.
fumble in engagement, there will be all of Cool Guys running to Roshan.
The guys on Noob. He has got the hood. He'll get the first siphon going. But they've got heavy physical as well with the hits of Tiger and Amar coming in. As Noob dies there to the wall placement of OG, allowing them to get in. And now looking for the tier 1 tower as well, whilst Noob is out of the game. Hunting for more behind the tower. Omar safely away.
Dire's middle tower is under
I'll try and
attack.
slow this down again. I'm spamming the living armor, but this
Radiant's
one
bottom tower
should
is under
fall.
attack.
Still no, 10 seconds before DP's back in action, and without the DP,
Dire's
they
middle
can't really pull a
tower has
defense
fallen.
together. So OG, they'll get another tower.
I think that's one of the repercussions of having heroes like Tree and Io in your draft, because they want to play in such specific areas of the map that they're not freely open to kind of tank these smokes. If this was, let's say, like a Bane or a Dazzle or an Ogre, he'd have probably been standing AFK there on that high ground, waiting for that play to come in. But because Tree's so much in top lane, free farming as much as he can, absorbing kind of the lane that no one really wants to go in, there wasn't that support traditionally able to smoke up. Not only smoke up, but at least tank that smoke, sorry. And Noob does go down for that, but again, OG, they make sure that every move they make, it's a quick kill onto a key hero, and to then quickly go back and farm, because again, their lineup is very defensive in nature, where they can win most objective fights once they get the items. And they're already kind of in that window where you can see Cool Guy's hesitation to want to do anything, because they're now scared of the blink on Mars or the zip on the Storm Spirit. And OG, they're just chaining smoke after smoke now, because they feel like they've hit this timing where they can just kill anything if they find it.
That would be a lovely catch. And instantly there from Misha with the feed. The overgrowth comes out though. And now they're looking to try and turn. BZM going in onto third. Will finish the TA off. The Tiger will die for this in return, surely. I mean, he slides off to the north. He's actually going to be able to TP out of this. He has the bugs on him. Is there any move he can make? No. DNZ with the blink back up. Closes the gap. Over towards the mid. Noob is chasing in onto Misha and Yuragi. They turn with the combo, but Misha run down by Noob. Zip over from BZM. Combo down Omar. They're looking for Noob as well, and with Omar having the arena at the ready, they've got the lockdown and the burst. Nothing to be done by the rest of Cool Guys in order to save Noob. And now DNZ stepping forward, trying to help out his DP. He should pay with his own life as well. So Tart will catch him on the retreat, straight into the spear and the rebuke, as Amar knocks him out of it.
One by one they fall. Meanwhile, Funnick, he's like, yep, I'm just going to quickly farm up. Didn't happen, guys. All good, all good. And that's a 4K lead for OG. OG, they've kind of cut through the ability for Cool Guys to group up, and they have just consistently made sure that they don't have the resources to make that play. And it's hard to say, but like, when you're a pushing lineup, you need to be able to at one point unify your lineup to really assert that moment in the game. And OG hasn't given them that kind of breathing room. Yuragi's rather tanky. You know, you got the armlet.
Smoke up and Roche.
Oh, look, I mean, this is the type of play that they need. They need to make that statement in the game. They are yet to make a statement.
They do it very quick. Bugs in the death zone.
There is no grip for 30, no arena for 30. Oh, it's already gone.
Yeah, they do it so quickly there. I mean, OG's still going to try and turn up. And he gets the roar off. Oh, just dead. BZM just zips into his death. Misha's also going to quickly forward.
And now the tables are turned. This is the type of lineup that they can use this lead and really just own the map, right? You got the Defo on the TA.
That was an aggressive move coming in there from BZM. I mean, they know the roars at the ready. I mean, Aegis was left on the ground for a little bit, so maybe feeling that he could get in to go for the steal. But they absolutely not. Cool Guys, they shut it down.
Yeah, very quick reactions from DNZ there. Quick for the overgrowth, and oh wait, it wasn't even overgrowth. It was just DP silence. Sorry, yeah, it was just DP silence. Oof. Very quick. That projectile was very slow as well. That's actually really annoying. Really weird change to DP. But like you said, the Aegis on the ground for a quick second or two, and the Storm. I guess he tried to go for it because, you know, catch him off guard. Maybe he thought, you know, TA was inventory management or something, but just kind of died, didn't he? Yeah. And this, like I said, this is a really good moment for Cool Guys, because OG, the way they kill a hero, it's everything to kill. You know, it's an arena spear to one hero, the boat onto one hero, multiple kisses on one hero. If you have a TA now tanking that, could give the life for DP to open up, but it has to be the TA, maybe even the Beastmaster tanking up these spells.
Radiant's
smoke from Cool Guys. Instantly just found Amar, jumps into the arena. He's able to catch the three of them. They turn them all onto Amar, but the poke combo crashing down onto DNZ, and Omar finishes him off. Though tries to turn to take out Amar. Amar's at the high run with the forward, but still goes down. They'll lose the Aegis on the TA. Noob trying to hit him with the Exorcism, but the grip's there from Misha. Misha. DP down, jump over with the cookie from Tiger out onto the two of them. Thug in trouble. Sentry's out, no chance for Amel to escape as Thug goes down. Funnick will chase down Misha with the axe. It is not enough damage though. OG, they clean up Funnick as well.
That was a really rough fight for Cool Guys. They had everything that they needed to be able to take that fight. Amar is just filling the chat with this pinging. They have everything to win this fight, but the positioning really dismantled them. They've got multiple heroes walking up a choke point together. The TA, the Weaver, and the Tree all caught within an arena. At this point in the game when they have the Aegis, they kind of need to offer up just one. And then once they waste the arena, then you jump in for that secondary fight. So I think Cool Guys, they got a little bit relaxed, a little bit a bit too happy with their positioning. But OG, they're always quick on the mark to jump on that moment. And they had the vision to get that 3-man arena. And if it was a 2 or a 1-man arena, probably I'd say Cool Guys might be in a much better position to be able to win that fight. But yeah, Amar quickly jumping, fully punishing a very relaxed looking Cool Guys in that moment.
Yeah, they need
the Aegis.
BKB's ASAP on Noob and Thug. The team fight combo from OG is very impressive. When they are trying to play as they want to, see over the timing of their lineup with the 5-man OG, they can turn up and take them down in the full 5-on-5, especially if they get that opening to start things off.
Yeah, and you see the importance of jump from both sides. You've got Beastmaster rushing the blink after the Helm of the Overlord. Tree's already got his blink dagger. TA's got a blink dagger, like triple threat way of going. If Storm zips in, we can then jump back in because Storm stands in Kaya, then go in Orchid. It's not as if we're seeing some Linken's BKB style build because of course Overgrowth will always be able to be the big dismantler of any Storm Spirit. It's not like you're buying a Manta or a Yule anyway, so Manta Storm, oh god. Amar would probably buy that, but not BZM, yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, and of course, the Overgrowth, we'll see again the way this started. I mean, Omar.
Radiant's bottom
There's just a
tower
really nice
is under
smoke from OG,
attack.
to be fair. Like, that's the type of smoke where you're smoking to try and find your opponent, not thinking about their positioning, right? Because, like, right now, for Cool Guys, they're slowly walking into this area in the hope to go, okay, let's ward on the high ground, set ourselves up, maybe skip mid-wave. If they come to us, we kill them all, right? They're 2-3 seconds away from having that setup, having that construct. But Seb told the lads to play quick, play fast, and OG did.
Cool Guys, setting up around mid. Noob with the BKB, solidly front line. They get the Overgrowth, of course, the physical coming out from this lineup, it hurts. Like, Overgrowth should be a solid enough of a duration for them to physically burst one of the cores.
Yeah, right now they're smoking up on Cool Guys because they have the DP BKB.
Yeah.
But also Mars just completed the BKB. Couldn't get as a BKB, so it's very much like if they find the jump, then maybe, but it's still pretty difficult. Ooh, okay, nice blink out.
Look at the drag back on Noob. Tries to dodge it with the Illusion Rune, has to now put the BKB, and OG, they'll kite that out.
Not the reveal you wanted.
With the zip across BZM. Drag back on the TA, Overgrowth for TNT onto the back lines. They get the arena out. Margin straight towards Noob, but Noob full HP. Getting the Siphon out to Tiger, keeps himself alive to start things off. Thug ripped by Misha, will die. Misha loses his life for it. Yuragi, going to opt for the BKB TP out because Cool Guys, they are overrunning OG here, and they're going to go for more. Straight over on the Mar goes for the TP out, nothing else to cancel it. So he'll manage to TP away. We do see there that the potential of Cool Guys to hit back, even though OG are the ones starting the action.
Yeah, that honestly looked... I thought OG was going to play on the fact that BKB was wasted, pause for a second, but of course, it's OG. They want blood, they want to take that fight. And I think DNZ, he was the true MVP of that engagement. As soon as Storm finished that zip, he didn't blink into the middle of the fight. He blinked from one tree line to another to then hit this like 3-man Overgrowth. Amar had to kind of like awkwardly throw down the arena in the hope to maybe get Storm out. But yeah, that does showcase, even though OG has the lead, if Cool Guys are able to connect like a good Raw or a good Overgrowth with the damage, like as you see here, right? DNZ blinks from this tree line all the way over in a second, pretty slow, there we go, into a 3-man Overgrowth, and it then kind of forces Amar to quickly BKB, try and cover everyone else, but that's the making of if TA had a BKB there,
Step lively now.
probably
Your
Cool Guys crushed that
Close,
fight,
you know,
right?
Yeah, still a bit away.
It's
Doug.
pretty far away. It's 2 components away. Only got the
Dire's
Mithril Hammer
middle
right now,
tower
but
is under attack.
that's why OG, they need to read this moment and go, guys, we need to keep doing this. Even if we die a couple times, DP has to use ult on her side of the river. Then they're going to feel pretty good because DP can't then suddenly take your tower. It's why they're playing at this speed, because if DP's choosing when to take a fight,
Dire's
you're
middle
probably
tower
losing
has
something
fallen.
soon after. But if you're fighting in this area, there is nowhere on the map DP can quickly run to and go, haha, got you. One more objective down.
Eyeing OG up around the outpost, but it didn't have Noob with them. Noob was pushing out bottom, so not able to jump them.
Again, it's so refreshing to see that even though this game, it feels pretty OG favored for how well they're playing and the speed, but at any mistake, any misstep, that's when this Cool Guys will be able to just run through the middle of the map. And I think Cool Guys, realistically, you need to get Thug this BKB. Try and delay the big engagement. Unless OG run into your overgrowth or give you such a free fight, try and get this BKB moment, or timing, sorry. But maybe not.
Cool
They're
Guys
still going to look for it.
Yeah, they're bringing themselves over the river line.
They're kind of offering Noob up as this, this tasty treat. He's got a BKB, a plate now. He now doesn't care too much about this little shredder that's wreaking havoc in the early game for Noob. But
It'd be nice if he can get his level 18 for the next fight.
I'd like to see Funnick use his big creep to send it into bot lane. Like basically where they're playing, send the big creep or the Overlord dominated creep to then slowly start trickling down these tier 2s, because you're kind of baiting in OG. Like, guys, do you want to defend this tower in our territory? And you're also not sending off a hero to do that. But I think right now he's probably just sending it or keeping it near him for now for the tankiness. Of course, the big granite golem gives you bonus HP. Quick blink there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Full AC on Yuragi. They are going to be very tanky here, OG as a lineup. There's no question about it.
They're pinging Noob. They have vision in the jungle and they know they're pretty split, kind of, with Tree being top, but are they TPing to smoke right now?
I mean, Omar trying to keep himself between the teams.
Both teams, yeah, I think Cool Guys are doing a really good job at just getting the most out of a map that could be a lot smaller right now. I think OG, they're showing them some respect, not trying to run into the triangle or occupy the enemy jungle. And Cool Guys, they have the vision for this. They have really nice wards to be able to just find what OG is playing right now.
Smoke comes out. Tiger in position on the cliff though. Jump with the roar. They'll look to go on to Yuragi. See if they can burst him. Force out the side will break Yuragi away from the TA, but Noob's in on top of him with the BKB and the Exorcism. The boat comes crashing over, but Yuragi still has to step back. The arena will keep them locked down. Again, Misha getting a good duration Fiend's Grip onto the DP. It's going to be enough to get them bringing Noob down. See what more they can find. Funnick dealt with by a mark. Quick God's to finish him off. Thug has held onto the BKB charge. He has got it available if he wants to keep this fight going. Overgrowth from TNC. But BKB out from Thug. He's looking towards Amar. Takes him out with a meld hit. Buybacks come out from Misha. See Thug step towards BZM. Little on the mana, but now OG knows with that BKB wearing off Thug, he's not going to have anything else to protect him as they surround him, get back in, take down the TA. As just as the same time, Roshan will be back in play. Cool Guys losing 4 heroes there. OG able to commit and able to keep Yuragi alive there. They tried their best to bring down this Kunkka. They couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, the difference in that fight was simply, did DNZ get off Overgrowth? He blinked in aggressively to try and jump after the Mars reinitiated, but Storm instantly on his tail, preventing it. Oh, DNZ!
Yuragi's dead! BZM's still going to finish off the Roche. He should be able to do so as low as he is. I mean, he is very, very low. He's going to get the agent. He's going to get the agent. BZM will be able to pick it up.
Is it? Wait.
I'm over here.
So close. But wow, a big kill for DNC there, jumping back in and being able to take out, Yuragi.
Kunkka did do a lot of damage to Kunkka, primarily due to the armlet. So he blinks on in. Cheeky little slap to Yuragi.
See, Thug out. And, Thug's going to be happy. He got the money from the trap damage. So Thug just picked up an extra, pretty much 1,000 gold. Thanks to that
That's
kill.
actually mental.
Yeah.
Dude, look at DNZ's vibe, and he's like, yeah, look at me. I think
That's pretty big, but that's a lot of money for Thug.
What I miss?
that is, I think, the best support, independent support Roshan fight contest that I've seen in the current season. Yeah, because he gets in, gets the kill, gets out.
Yes.
Normally, you just die. All right, what did Thug invest in? Nope. Courier's coming out. He bought a shard. Okay. Sure enough, cheeky little silence might be able to punish when they don't have the BKBs up. But again, for Cool Guys, it's so critical that their team fights are based around offering up the bait into then the reinitiation with the Roar, with the Overgrowth. When they're jumping the Kunkka, it's pretty hard to 100-0 him because he has the
Radiant's
evasion of the
bottom
halberd,
tower
the
is
armor
under
from the
attack.
AC, and the armlet. Like he's kind of like the unkillable hero, right? So if you find a Storm, find a Mars, you're gonna be able to quickly blow them up. But again, it's all about the reinitiation from Cool Guys, and if OG can maybe, you know, prepare themselves for that.
Your admiral is on board.
Quickly getting out of the jungle there, as they probably don't want to fight BZM in the next 3 minutes. Especially if he has that BKB sent out as well. And there it is, it's coming out. So BKB and Aegis Storm. Probably not going to be easy for Cool Guys to do anything aggressively during this timing.
Radiant are
Yeah,
scanning.
they kind of have to respect the fact that Storm will be able to dismantle pretty much all of the cheap stuns that Cool Guys have. Right now, Storm, his job is just zip in, force a BKB, zip out, wait for that to then expire, then go back in with the real fight, right? So keep the fight, look for BMZ to kind of poke at his opponent, really not offer up a complete engagement. And that's why you see Cool Guys running away from them right now. They don't want to fight into this. Get the Beastmaster into a position where you can start hitting some towers. Once that Aegis then falls, maybe they look to smoke. It's already out in, 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is
DD
under
room
attack.
spawn top. Do they have a bottle still
Radiant
available?
structures are fortified.
They do. Drop it for Fug. So Fug now
Alright.
has a bottled DD as well.
I'm in an Overgrowth and a couple of hits
Step
from
lively now. Your
DDTA.
admiral is on board.
Gonna be close to pushing some of these heroes over the edge. See what Thug buys into next. I mean, where do you sort of expect him to go later on with this build? Just
I just want to say
crits, you want more damage,
just raw
more
damage
burst.
at this point. Like when you find a hero within Overgrowth or
Yeah.
within the Raw, you need to be able to kill them. If you're kind of tickling them and drawing out the fight, then the tankiness will come into play for OG. Like if you look at Mars, ATF's doing the build where, Satanic. This is the really cool way where when you're against push strats, if you're able to get to the point where you have Satanic
admiral
BKB,
is
you
on
park
board.
yourself in front of the tower, you activate Bulwark, you Satanic on the Rebuke, you're back to 100% HP. Like, it is really annoying. Oh, this is a cool play with the Courier.
Yeah, they found DNZ in the trees.
Really nice heads up play from Misha. Because DNZ doesn't have the shard, which means you go invisible. Before, of course, in
Radiant's
previous
top
patches,
tower
you
has
automatically
fallen.
went invisible. You find him with the Courier, you hit him with a Nightmare, you layer with a stun, he's going to die. So yeah, really nice from Misha. Flushing out the tree, who was preventing this bottom push with skipping the wave every now and again.
Dead for a long time as well. 90 seconds, no
Dire's
tree.
bottom tower is under attack.
That's a long time. And Yuragi did just XTP himself back to bot lane, so maybe this is a window in which they can try and punish Yuragi having no TP.
I also have the TP
Radiant's top
and
tower is under attack.
cancelled by Misha. He doesn't want to head
Dire's
back.
bottom tower has
Okay.
fallen.
So with the TD, I can have a bit of a push now. Now with the Mar turning up, it gets a little bit more complicated for Cool Guys, especially with Tiger there to back him up as well.
OG, they're trying to just push them into an area where they can take the fight, but oh, Tiger!
Looking to start things off, but the roar's out from Funnick. BKB popped by Thug. He'll turn over a couple of hits to take out Tiger. With the rest of the BKB, he'll TP away from Yuragi and Amar. Funnick will get left behind. Amar finds him with the arena. Zip! Ooh, BZM is going for Noob, but Noob has a BKB if necessary. And BZM, as you can see, his Aegis shortly coming to an end.
Yeah, he was just playing on the fact that Aegis was soon expiring, and maybe Noob gets quick fingers. Like, oh, I've got a BKB. Pretty much what he was playing for there, but I honestly expected Cool Guys, when you still double TP cancel and then a Mar commit, if they had a smoke available to maybe then smoke back to the other side of the map and try and find this kind of lone Kunkka, but instead, a slightly slower exit to the area. They get the freebie of Tiger, and then they disengage. Yeah, this game, again, even though it's 13k, it feels like if OG make one mistake, they're going to walk down a
Invisibility.
lane and just hit a lot of objectives. So that's why OG is playing with so much respect towards Cool Guys, because, you know, Beastmaster, TA, DP, at any minute you blink, your base will be gone if they have EXO up.
OG,
Back so soon.
13k lead. And still, just playing it carefully. They're going to feel pretty comfortable with Iragi as big as he is. We've seen already the struggles to bring this Kunkka down, even with the full focus of Cool Guys and their ultimates.
Yeah, Kunkka has a Satanic as well now. The Dispel on the active will be really good against the Treant. If you get Overgrowth, you just instantly activate the Satanic. You get a lifesteal up from any damage you've taken, and also remove that root. So, pretty cool stuff. Double cores now in OG, both Satanics. Super hard to kill, because they don't have hard stuns. It's more like slows and roots that they have to lock a hero down.
Let the fun begin.
On to Thug.
Over here now.
BKB and TP out. Absolutely necessary there with the whole of OG hunting him down.
And you see DNZ draw on the map. He's like, guys, just push out the lanes. We just used our TA BKB to once again retreat. OG's in a really awkward part of the map. This bottom right-hand corner, no real objectives down here. That's why you see them drawing the line up. It's like, guys, they need to have their only players to flood this map. So quickly farm the jungle if you're Cool Guys, push out the lanes, and then run back to an area of safety, because, yeah, OG won't be too happy that they're pushed into this pretty dead part of the map. Once again, OG pick up a gem,
Radiant's courier
this time
has
bought
been
by
killed.
Tiger, so probably they'll keep it a little bit more healthy. And then a much more commanding position than the last game. I think the gem last time was probably about 10 minutes, maybe too early, or actually it was bought at the right time. It just, again, a little misplay. But this time they've got the gem on a hero that's really hard to kill.
Here I am.
Making the map feel very, very small for Cool Guys.
So they're funny. Sorry about to snipe the courier BZM, so Shiva's Guard will be put on hold for a little bit. Getting the recipe. It's on the courier. I mean, do they want to fight this, Cool Guys? They're eyeing it up for the high ground. They're going to try. They jump straight away. They're looking to burst BZM. Can they do so? They do. They bring down the storm. BKB on Thug, holding his distance for now. Fennec's been focused down in the arena. Kisses for the side again. Misha goes to lock down the beast grip, but then there's the overload for the BKB up from Noob. Heads in with the ghost. The X over towards Amar and Yuragi, but they're so tanky here. They actually have the damage to bring down these cores. The Siphon is doing the work, and Amar is fighting the TP out, but the damage from Noob's enough.
They're picking Tiger as well. They know he's on
They
the
want
retreat.
more. A big fight from Cool Guys, and it may not be over quite yet. They've also found Tiger. They're in with the slows. They'll pick him up as well. Cool Guys get the 4 of them.
Incredible. Anyone, okay, legit. Whoever carries the gem for OG, it's like they put a target on their back. I feel like the gem's giving them this confidence and they just die. BZM 2 games now. He's carried this poor item and it's just put him into death.
I mean, look at this, these damage numbers, of course, from the TP. Just such a crucial part of this fight. Having this Spirit Siphon, it is the perfect answer to these high HP heroes like Yuragi and Amar.
It's also the fact that Funnick, he found the opening, right? BZM offered himself up in this opening area.
Now. Your admiral is on
Hero that
board.
you can actually kill.
Yeah.
If you roar a Kunkka or a Mars, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Bane in that fight weren't in position to then Nightmare Save or anything, so you kill off the Storm straight away, and then they're using the Satanics in a position they're quickly get rid of Overgrowth. They're not regenning from the Satanics. They're not doing like. It's just they get out of this fight type situation, and yeah, beautiful rundown.
Oh, they've got further ways to ramp up the physical burst now. That Bloodthorn in play.
The real question is, will BZM then now look for maybe like a Lincoln situation? His quick buy is still suggesting Shivas, Ags, going more for the I'll set up for my team, I'll play for my team rather than getting roared. Because for OG, the adjustment is just positioning, right?
Radiant are scanning.
If our Storm doesn't get jumped, the fight's probably better. But it does give that... Ooh! He did have Vortex.
Trees can be ferocious.
Yeah, no, this is, really exciting part of the game right now. And we mentioned this earlier, if OG mess up a fight, Cool Guys will be able to capitalize on it very cleanly.
Misha. Use the grip here. Get the guarantee set up onto Omar.
Weaver does fall.
And Roshan We'll see when it's going to be back up. Okay, no, yeah, it's up in a second. So, Thug is jumping in onto BZM. Coming in with the BKB. They've got the roll. They'll try and force him to safety with the cookie. They will manage to tear BZM away from the rest of Cool Guys. But Noob, he's actually throwing the jump on the backlines. In with the silence on Tamisha. BZM has to zip away as he's getting siphoned down low. Up the high ground, they catch Stoke in the arena, but the buybacks, they're coming out. They see that Roshan's in play. They want to try and take OG down around this Roshan respawn.
Storm has a region. He was able to bottle that up, and now he's going to be able to react to the fight.
Noob, he's back in with the siphon. And here's the drag back and Vortex. They're locking down the DP. Have they got enough damage for the full focus? They do. They bring down Noob. A Marvel full, another buyback coming out from Cool Guys. As Noob's ready to return back to the action. Yuragi trying to sneak away with the invis. Cookie from Tiger will help him a little bit, but he's now out of it, and there's a trap set up on the high ground. Blink forwards, they block off his escape. A buyback from Amar comes in, but he cannot get over to help Yuragi in time. And now the question comes if OG want to use their buyback. Yuragi has got the ability to get back in on the action, and Roshan, it is going to be gone for by Cool Guys. He's holding on with the buyback for now, so it looks like they don't want to commit for this OG, and that means Cool Guys, they're going to get away with this Roshan.
They can't come back in, right? Like, Dire controls the outpost in the Dire jungle. There's no tier 2 alive on the top side of the map, which naturally is your Roshan TPing tower. So yeah, just Dire just utilize their buybacks to get this Aegis. It's kind of like stemming the bleeding, right? Because they have to buy back on both Thug, both Noob. Of course, Amar used it as well, so it's a saving grace. But that fight was the perfect demonstration of when the supports are in position, they're able to save the hero that's jumped, right? Because they had the cookie, they had a 4-staff. We're going to see it here, right? You know, Thug goes onto the Storm Spirit here, get the rob, but it's a force, then a cookie. He's so far away now that it's such a disconnected fight. This was the cheeky little region that BZM was able to get. And on the top side of this fight, Snapfire laying into the arena, which then kills off the TA. But I think for Cool Guys, they need to make sure if they lock onto a hero, maybe a nullifier is going to be needed. Prevent that 4-staff coming into play, lock down that hero cleanly. But yeah, again, the fact they're able to get off the Aegis after this, pretty impressive stuff, because once OG puts themselves in a position where they've used the BKB, they've used the Satanic, the value of Trent, the value of these heroes, we'll be able to slowly run them down. And it helps that you have detection.
I mean, and we've seen at the start of this fight, there was a 15k lead for OG. With everything that came into play, even with those buybacks accounted for, of course, from Cool Guys, they've now managed to slam it right back down to 3k, getting all those benefits of the Roshan onto their side, and the big kills that they did get towards the end of that. And Cool Guys, they're striking back and keeping themselves in what's turning out to be a close game 3.
Yeah, I think this is the trade-off, right? When you have a hero like Kunkka as your carry, and he's itemizing so defensively, you're not getting that moment where he's like tied bringing down a hero and, like, you know, one-hitting them or putting them to half HP, scaring them from an engagement. Right now, he's kind of like the survival dude. OG's relying on existing throughout the fight, having multiple setups. It's, you know, 50-50. The Lotus might go down here. Bye-bye.
I mean, they know he's low on mana, and he hasn't got BKB. BZM could be in trouble here.
Oh, he is?
He's looking pretty dead. They have the silence. He's got no escape from this one, and he is out for 100.
I bet you DMZ's chuckling right now. He's been very charismatic in this fight. I bet you his player cam. We didn't see it, unfortunately. But I bet you he's like, because that's one of the value plays. When you play your pub.
That's a huge trade,
I mean, that's amazing.
I mean, what's the buyback? Is he just short on the gold, or was it still?
Yeah, he's short by a 95 gold.
See what they can do with this timing.
But there is a Philly Stone available, so if Tiger wants to send it back to base, give it to the Storm Spirit, could accelerate that buyback if they really wanted to, but yet to make that play. That is a pretty bold build. Both Amar and Tiger have now gone for the refreshers. They realize they need to have multiple ways to continue the fight, you know? Arena, ultimate one guy, Arena, then another Mortimer Kisses for another one. Potentially hard to execute though when it's quite a messy fight with Beast roaring, DP ulting through. But if they execute it, it can be pretty scary. And finally, Cool Guys, they get their lead within the game. And Kunkka completed the Daedalus with, that's the big ticket item that we kind of need to see from this Kunkka. Actually enter the fight, you know, putting someone to a scary level of low HP.
Your admiral is on board.
At this point, it might be too hard because Aurora and a Storm is still the key thing. Kunkka's kind of being ignored throughout most of these fights.
Yeah, it's as you say, get rid of the Storm, then sort of the drawn-out fights afterwards, after the Storm's gone. They've been dealing with it because they have Noob on this Death Prophet who's gearing up to be incredibly tanky, and the Siphons, they're hurting.
I still would love to see a Linken's on the Storm Spirit. I just find a way that once you're BKB'd, you're able to just get into the middle of the fight and not be afraid of this Beastmaster. Because of course, you still can get overgrowth and all this stuff through the BKB, but the fact that it's Funnick's job is just wait, Storm, and ult.
And he's been doing it perfectly, Funnick.
But he might get picked off here.
We'll see BZM comes in. It's going to get silenced on the Storm. They drop the arena combo down onto Funnick. Funnick buys back straight away. Noob, he's going towards Tiger on the back lines. Tiger pops the refresh, but thugs in with the right clicks, takes him down. See now towards Yuragi, Noob will turn. Roar from Funnick used to lock down the Kunkka. They have the physical hits coming in for Thug. Yuragi's out, and Noob, he still keeps the charge going over towards Mars, but Amar with a quick TP takes his way out of the fight. Cool guys, they did throw a couple of buybacks into this action, but they come out still with the Aegis intact on Thug. Cheese as well, still ready on Noob.
Had to use 2 buybacks on side of Cool Guys to get that fight going. Funnick being picked off, opened up OG to enter that fight. And you saw Thug, he instantly just kept jumping onto Tiger. Tiger had to refresh just to try and get a 4-staff away and being killed off. And then, of course, Funnick returning at the tail end of the fight, able to then kill off the Kunkka, but...
I mean, Roar's back up in a few seconds.
They have damage issues though, no? OG's kind of struggling to kill anyone. Outside of the arena into then whoever's being pinned down, we're not seeing like a clean fight where they can continue taking smaller skirmishes. And that's where Cool Guys is really thriving.
And Misha.
A very bold Link.
He goes straight in. He's fine, keeps the distance. I mean, Funnick's going to be waiting on the high ground here, just sort of keeping eyes for that zip from BZM. BZM goes for the zip, gets back, there's the jump of the ball, they'll look towards Amar. Nightmare coming in to buy time for Amar to get out of that. As Cool Guys won't be able to follow up on the Roar.
25 seconds left on Aegis. DP also doesn't have ult for like another 40, or 50, sorry. So it's very much, Cool Guys are kind of teasing a little bit there, maybe offering OG to take like a smaller fight, but realistically, this is now where Cool Guys, they need to be a little bit slow.
Yeah, they got to slow it, because the buyback status for the team is pretty rough for the moment. 3 of them around this 2-minute mark, so they're going to want to try and hold things off at least until the 48 minutes, you would imagine.
Yeah, and at 48 minutes, that's when you hope that they ramp it back up. You might even argue a little bit earlier, but I think OG, they could even look to try and punish this. They have a buyback on Kunkka and Storm, so if they can then take the fight in this 2-minute window where they get the kills...
If they get the kills, it's probably going to be game over.
Well, maybe.
No buybacks. The OG pushes pretty quick with the AC and such.
It'd have to be in a really good position, but I think that's why Cool Guys, they've done a great job at making sure the map is really on OG's side, right? So, but again, that's kind of what OG might be looking for, is that quick fight. And Cool Guys, they're positioned so beautifully to prevent that potential death into, oh wait, our buildings are under attack. They're in the Radiant jungle with a disgusting amount of vision. Look at the minimap, they're all traps. Like, there is no way OG is able to walk nicely. Look at this beautiful shot. You'd think that this is the Radiant side, but no. Dire now owns this place.
And OG as well also have to be a little cautious. As they did have BZM spending up on the Aghanims. So he is 1,600 gold short of the buyback himself.
And they're going to know that. They're going to see this Aghs, and there is no way in this type of game, they're like, don't worry guys, he got Aghs and buyback. This is such a intensely close game with, you know, the back and forth of team fight. There's not been enough time to really farm up and actually obtain the gold needed for this moment. So again, this is Cool Guys' game to lose now.
I know, it's certainly going to be this window where their buybacks are back up and Storm won't quite have the money for his.
Don't forget, this was a point where they were like 13k down in this game, guys. Like
17k.
It was pretty. Yeah,
they were right up there.
50. Yeah, big numbers. Like they were pretty close to one fight away from it being, you know, 20, 30. Oh wait, what's happened? Like they found their way back in. They, you know, they kept their cool, I mean, and now they're in this position.
No, they have done. We'll see if they can continue this. This players, of course, game 2. That was something, you know, quite something from Cool Guys in the way that they pretty much had the hold for the whole time against OG. And you know, it's another sort of beast being able to turn around a game. And they could potentially be on track to do that here with the way that they brought it back. Refresher now on Funnick. He's been fantastic with the Roar so far. Having a couple of these in the fights, certainly going to make things very tricky for OG to react to if Funnick gets the jump.
I'd love to see his next time be potentially an Aeon disc. because there isn't any way to get rid of that.
Yep.
If he gets jumped and is able to suddenly, BKB raw, refresh raw,
Huge.
the fight's going to be over. So I'd love to see Aeon maybe be his next big pickup.
Amar, he's going to try and start things. But the kiss is coming over. Instead of the BKB fighting with the second raw, time lapse onto Thug, gets him back up at full HP. The overgrowth onto the BZM after his BKB causes issues as Noob onto the backlines. Looking for the support, forces Tiger away. Amar from out of arena as he looks towards Thug, but he hasn't got the damage on his own. Pots the refresher for a BKB TP out, and it will get him to safety.
Oh, so many spells used, but really just no follow-up, right? And Kunkka really kind of feeling the pressure of the late game moments where he's not able to get into the middle of the fight. Raw used. Cool guys expertly jump onto the Bane on the back.
Tiger.
Rather aggressive.
Right, looking for DNZ. Just a bit of a poke. Maybe more than that, actually, because they have got the turret. As well as the grip. Jump from the mark. Found himself in the arena to lock down any potential save that the rest of the team could come in with. As Omar is isolated. Those quick kills, Roshan at the ready. OG, they'll look towards the pit. With just the three of them up on Cool Guys, it's probably not going to be contested at all. This is going to be all OGs unless we see some sort of a crazy attempt at a steal.
And such a big Roshan. It's got so many little goodies. And Tree doesn't buy back for 2 minutes. They overstay their welcome a little bit. Without the big spells, OG just instantly jump back in. And now OG, Honey take a Roshan. Cool Guys are going to be kicking themselves so much there. They use pretty much everything to try and kill off this Mars, or at least stop the aggression. But they weren't able to get that extra kill. They needed a little something to scare OG. But both Bane and Snapfire, they stay in the area just long enough to then get the tree to punish the Weaver. And this game is just so back and forth.
I mean, it is. You gotta love to see it. We're getting to the 50 minutes here between OG and Cool Guys. See again that they start things, they try and pop everything onto Amar, but it's just not a clean opening.
Yeah, it's the fact that Fug, he had to then disengage. There was a pretty nice overgrowth, but again, they don't really have the damage there. You see the backlines, Cool Guys chasing off the supports, but Amar, he stands strong, he refreshes the value of this.
Yeah, and he knows when to cut his losses.
Yeah, just dips out. So yeah, it's pretty much the fresh BKB, disengage into then the secondary fight there. But, you see from this, oh, cool, we got back into the game. Oh, Rax has fallen, guys.
And they're looking for another one.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we got Cool Guys also doing the same thing.
They are. Don't push the wave all the way up. But he's probably going to want to come back for some sort of defense. There will be 2 sets of racks that OG take.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
10 seconds until Cool Guys will have their 5-man for the defense. See if OG can get the hit to maybe end the game here.
Yeah, they're not backing down here. They're just going to try and hit through this building.
Dashing off with the rock. They got the BKBs to fully commit. The Nightmare's going to buy time. You're going to get the BKB off, but the second roar is there. Duragi locked down on the high ground. They're looking for the retreat now, OG. Misha, he'll almost certainly get left behind. The rest of OG, they're into the trees. They are out of there, Amar. They got anything to catch him? They don't. Not quite able to get the Yules off to put a stop to his escape, so Amar gets out. So close. But the defense, it's there. They push back OG. That top Rax kept alive for now. And now maybe an opportunity to force out a buyback. 70 seconds without BZM.
They have to
Sorry,
force
without
out a
Uragi.
buyback. Well, Uragi, they have to force a buyback right now. We're losing two lanes. They need to find a way just to get it. A refresher on DP. This is going to be an EXO. They got a Raw.
Yep.
No overgrowth, though. So it is still going to be slightly difficult. But without the Bane, a key saving mechanism for...
They'll get that buyback. They still have Aegis. Play well for the defense, BZM. Gonna go in with the zip. Slow them down a little bit, but the melee Rax is gone. Still holding back on the buyback from Uragi. They'll let the first set of Rax go. We'll see if they let a second set fall. Looks like they will. Cool Guys, they're being careful. They know that the buyback might come in. It's going to come in now. Jump forward for the silence. Is there on the Storm Spirit? The pushback. Fighting. He's in with the Raw. The silence still in on the Storm Spirit, but he's got that Aegis BZM. So he feels strong and now back off. Amar heading in. If they get the grab, BZM jumps in another vortex onto the 2 cores. Grabs Noob, grabs Thug. Thug for the BKB. Amar pops the arena down. BZM, he'll drop to once. And that Aegis ready for round 2. Big hits with the contribute of Amar. Takes Omar out of action. Noob and Thug also to fall. Chase will continue. BZM wants to find more. He's got his eyes on DNZ, and he's got the Vortex back up to cancel its TP.
So everyone at Cool Guys have buyback. So like, it's awkward, but it's not that bad, right? If OG right now misread the situation and just throw themselves into the base, Cool Guys could expertly play this where they bait them a little bit, offer up the tier 4s, and then come back in. Because like, they have all the big spells. They're gonna have overgrowth. They've got literally everything.
They do. Right, not the Exus. Exus is the biggest thing they're missing right now.
That's true, and it's 4 seconds away from pressure.
Yeah.
So how hasty is OG here? Are they gonna just
They're
go
pretty
the edge?
hasty.
They're already in the base.
They are indeed. They might rethink the further buybacks coming in. Do they still want to go? Thug, he's going to hold back on his maybe bait for OG playing into it, thinking he hasn't got the ability to get back in on the game. OG, they are respecting this.
Bro, he's got a buyback, BKB, and a rapier. Like this man, he is ready for this game-winning fight.
Oh man,
On Thug,
rapier in the stash.
Dude, he's stashed up. TA is ready to punish any over-aggression right now.
Yeah, that's
Dire's
pretty
top
terrifying.
tower is under attack.
I mean, OG's back in. Gotta watch for Thug's moves here. If he comes in,
Dire's top tower.
will OG be
has fallen.
prepared?
Dire's top barracks.
I mean, does he want to come back in for the red Funnick? Oh no, it's an illusion! It's an illusion here, rolled by Funnick to start things off. That's not what Cool Guys needed. And that was the buyback of Thug as well. That hurts.
Lose together, win together, slay together, slay together.
He just refreshed the Funnick. Does have another roar.
Not so safe.
Uragi back on with the slow push, jump forward. Roars there, but the BKB was that in time. Noob in with the exorcism on top of Uragi. You've got the kisses from Tiger coming in for the high ground. Uragi turns the satanic lifesteal. Time up shoots on the noob to keep him alive though. He wants to get in on the action, but he's having to play on the edge of the fight, and that's Noob going down. No buyback available on him. They lose DNZ as well. Funnick also is dead here, as he has got buyback, but no Noob, no DNZ. Thug, what can he pull off? He's in with the BKB, jumps straight over Wateragi. They've got the damage, the crits are there. Thug, he takes down 1, he takes down 2. Refresher, Arena as well, but he's pushed back with the Hurricane Pipe. BZM back in, he is low on mana, and they've got the chain stone for this TM, pushed back into the Vortex. Thug, falling low, he's out of the game, he's down. GG is called. OG will be able to take this game 3.
Woo, what a beautiful game, honestly. That is so close. Cool Guys, that final moment, like the fact that he rolls an illusion but not a different hero, like that would have, so close. This game had it all, and mad respect for Cool Guys. They are now going to be sitting, I think it's like Norton 4 in the DPC, but this series, it did show that maybe if they were able to pull this together a little bit earlier, could have been a completely different story. That was an amazing game, back and forth, and fine, it had it all, didn't it?
Yeah, a great series. We've got to see sort of a lot of different sides from both teams bringing into the action there. And yeah, end of the day, OG, the series is still there, but you're absolutely right. Cool Guys will definitely feel that they took some